and fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest for a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Tillery gets it to Miller, loses Del Orso, runs to the bucket, missed it, no good, and Krivas rips down the rebound. Outlet Burries going after Tillery all the way to the bucket, lay it up short. Rebound, Owaka puts it in for two. Out of nowhere comes Toby Owaka.
Arizona basketball inside 24 hours to their next game. The game to try to go to 20-0 on the season. It'll be Saturday, a noon tip-off at McHale Center against the West Virginia Mountaineers, a West Virginia team that comes in here with a victory over Arizona State, although I don't know that that's saying a whole lot, considering our conversation yesterday and where the Arizona State program is at this particular point. J.W. Madden was off yesterday. He's back with us today. J.W., did you hear Bobby Hurley the other night?
I read it. Yeah. I didn't need to hear it. But, I mean, it's just, 11 years now? The frustration. I agree with what he said, which is that they really had it going up there prior to COVID, and it's kind of all unraveled and fallen apart the last few years. I don't know. I mean, I've always felt, guys, that the fan support up there is fickle. So when they go to a college football playoff, clearly, like, they're very ravenous and make a lot of noise, and other years maybe not so much. So if the basketball team is successful and if they're beating when they went to Kansas, right, they won at Allen Fieldhouse. That was 7-8 years ago.
Right.
It's all anybody could talk about. There hasn't been those kind of wins, those big program-defining wins more recently. And all you got to look at is the max exoduses, right? The players. Last year's star freshman defender didn't last 12 months on campus. So if you can't keep players there and you can't stack wins, I understand the frustration. At some point, you kind of got to turn the page. I know a lot of Arizona fans want to see Bobby Hurley there for the next 50 years, if possible.
We shall see. We shall see. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We'll be there next Saturday, but that's still 2 games away. The Wildcats will take on West Virginia to finish out an actual homestand, the first homestand of the conference season with back-to-back games at McHale Center. Wednesday night, a victory over Cincinnati, and then the game on Saturday against West Virginia. And then a quick turnaround, the first real quick turnaround of the conference season, a Saturday to Monday affair, Big Monday on the road at Provo, Utah. It's going to be a raucous environment there. What do they call it? The Honda Center, I do believe, or something of that nature there in Provo on Monday night for a number 1 ranked Arizona team. And we'll see what they are come Monday. But I believe right now 13th ranked BYU coming off their loss last weekend on the road at Texas Tech. That's going to be a staunch test for your Arizona Wildcats come Saturday. We've got a full show for you here today, and everybody, the whole crew's here. We've got J-Dub, we've got Dragon Ball. Cricket will be along as well. She'll have everything that's happening in Southern Arizona this weekend. Gem Show is firing up into action. Jazz Fest is going on here in Southern Arizona. A lot of cool things happening, and it's kind of dreary weather.
I was going to say a lot of rain dances going on around town, too, apparently.
And
raining.
Nothing better than the gem show and rain, because then you're underneath the tent and you never want to leave.
You never want to leave. There you go.
I thought you were about
It's
to
like,
talk about the roads because you've got a lot of people who've never been around Tucson.
Yeah.
You got a
And-
lot of people that have never been around Tucson, and the other part of the gem show that a lot of people always forget is that there's never enough parking in gem shows, which
Oh, yeah.
means a lot of people are going to be parking in dirt lots.
Oh, gosh.
And dirt lots in rain, especially if it's going to be as consistent as they're saying it's going to be. You're going to have a lot of people in some muddy situations.
That was the only bad thing about the Holiday Bowl is the majority of their lots were dirt. I guess
Yeah.
they haven't gotten around to paving the lots, and so it was like literally like walking through mud if you were parked out in one of those lots in San Diego.
Gem Show's a good month to be an Uber or Lyft driver, though.
Yes,
yes.
very good.
Absolutely.
Very
We'll have to
good
get our
time.
guy Brian Peterson on to talk a little bit about that. How business is when you've got all of these various folks coming in here from around the world to buy gems for 2-3 weeks at a time. Very interesting stuff there. All right, so we'll dive into Arizona basketball. We'll talk about that. Wildcats 19-0, 6-0, unanimous number one in both polls, playing West Virginia on Saturday. A team that is on their fourth coach in 4 years. I mean, it's crazy, obviously, what has happened there. And a lot of that was stemmed by the unexpected departure of the longtime legendary coach Bob Huggins, who made his name at Cincinnati, then went over to West Virginia. And then Huggy Bear had the incident in Pittsburgh with the drunk driving, and he was out. And then, obviously, they had an interim coach for a year. And then the coach at Indiana came in for a year and then left to go to Bloomington, and now you've got Russ Hodge, who's come in from North Texas. So not ideal, but there's another example of today's college athletics where a university could have 4 coaches in 4 successive seasons. Not exactly what you would want, but I thought they had their guy in Darren DeVries, and unfortunately, Darren came in and did such a decent job that first year that Indiana kind of said, well, maybe we want to have him over here, and so they plucked him and his son Tucker right out of there. And so now they're over. How is Indiana doing in his first year? They're kind of in the middle of the road. I mean, I know I saw them up on TV the other night, and it didn't look like they were winning. Or anything
Let's
of that
go
nature.
take a look, shall we?
Not at the top
They're
of the Big Ten.
3-5 in conference
Okay.
and 12-7 overall.
Okay, so not anything grandiosely, and that's an interesting. We talked about everything that's happening there with football, and it's been an interesting program. Like you mentioned it a while back, J-Dub, but what they have one NCAA tournament win or something of that
Yeah,
nature in a bunch of years.
It's
or
been a
something
dry
like that?
spell. Yeah, they had some success under Woodson, but yeah, very, very proud Indiana program. That's the team a lot of people have pointed to as the next blue blood in line past those original 5. Indiana's always been great at basketball, but they've been, having an undefeated national champion football team has helped with the fan base because their basketball team has not been great lately.
No, right now, again, this is how things swirl in college athletics. You've got Nebraska at the top of the Big Ten at the moment. Purdue's always going to be there. Illinois has always been pretty solid. A lot of those other teams, Wisconsin can go up and down, but they're right there. They've got it's an interesting conference. They've got 6 teams that are within 2 games of first place.
The
in the Big
stat
Ten.
is 1 NCAA tournament win in the last 10 years. So they got to the second round in 2022-23 under Mike Woodson, obviously. Archie Miller did not make it and did not win an NCAA tournament game in his 5 years there. And then previous to that, it was Tom Crean back in 15-16, getting to the Sweet 16. So 1 second round trip for Indiana Hoosiers basketball in 10 years.
And it was interesting, and we never really got into this. I'll have to see if I still have it. But our guy over the longtime Pac-12 reporter from the Phoenix Mercury News, John Wilner, a couple weeks ago, he put out a column in which he basically compared the Big Ten to the Big 12 because the Big 12 is largely considered to be the best basketball conference. And he stated all these reasons why the Big Ten was actually this year the better conference than the Big 12.
Yeah, the argument is about the quality on the top, right? And that's why the Big 12, there might be 4 teams that you're okay facing and the other 12 you're not, but there are legitimately 5 or 6 national championship contenders in the Big 12. Same goes for Big 10. Look at the standings. You've got number 3. This is current rankings, right? Number 3, Michigan. We've heard about them all year. Purdue, obviously, they've been there all year as well. They're number 4 currently. Nebraska's number 7. Michigan State is number 10, and Illinois is number 11. So 5 top 11 AP teams right now out of the Big Ten.
Wow. That's pretty solid. It's a battle for sure this year between these two fabled conferences to decide who's going to be standing on top. I'll see if I can find that the article. I had it last week when I wanted to talk about it. We never got around to talking about it, and then I'll see if I can find it so we can go over the points that he had in that article and why he thought the Big Ten was standing above the Big 12 conference. All right, it is Friday night here in Southern Arizona, which means there's a lot of high school basketball that is going to be going on right now. In fact, we are going to talk in this hour in studio with one of the top high school basketball players in Southern Arizona. Her name is America Caceres, and I don't know if you've been following what America Caceres has been doing over at Pueblo High School. But she has been absolutely ripping it up. I mean, absolutely ripping it up. And so we have got America Caceres in studio with us coming up. And she, in fact, is going to join us in the next segment. They're coming off a win last night. Look, we've talked about how we are the CNWT and how good the basketball is over in Flowing Wells High School. Well, Pueblo went over there last night and beat them by 48. 48 points was the 77-29 was the final score last night. Pueblo and Flowing Wells. America Caceres last night dropped 36 points on our ladies from Cab Land last night. And she has just been, I mean, the performances have been just unbelievable this season for this young lady. She's got back-to-back 60-point performances this year. She dropped 62 15 days ago on Desert View and came out a week later, and this was a week ago tonight, against Buena and dropped 64 on the Colts. That's how good she has been for that club. They lost a couple games in a row. They got beat by Sunnyside. They got beat by Catalina Foothills in early December. They have not lost since that game against Catalina Foothills. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 consecutive wins for Izzy Galendo and his ladies from Pueblo Land, from the Warrior Block. So we're going to talk to America Caceres. She became the first 3,000-point scorer this year in the history of her high school. Her sister, I don't know if you remember her sister Victoria, a few years ago, was really good, and now she's surpassed her sister. Just an incredible ball player, and she's going to join us here in studio.
I remember Fat Lever. That's who I remember.
He was pretty good.
Talk about Pueblo
I mean,
royalty.
like if there's going to be if there's going to be a wall there that includes the best all-time men's player and the best all-time women's player, then it's going to be Fat Lever and America Caceres. That's what that picture is going to look like in the gymnasium at Pueblo High School. I mean, just incredible what this young lady. She had a 59-point performance in December against Palo Verde. That was when she set the school record. I mean, Izzy Galendo, he has had some phenomenal play. I mean, unbelievable run that they've had there at Pueblo High School with him as the head coach. They've gotten to state championship games along the way, and he has had just a succession of scores. You go back to Alicia Reyes back about 10 years ago, was an incredible scorer there. And then I mentioned America's sister Victoria. I mean, they have just, it seems like every class, they have just the player who's better than the last class at Pueblo High School. And she is the latest to come along and really light it up. So really looking forward to speaking to her. Also, we're going to dive into tomorrow's game, Arizona and West Virginia. Brad Howell is the radio analyst for the Mountaineers. He is here for the game tomorrow. He will join us to bring us up to date on everything that's happening. Another, like I mentioned, 4 coaches in 4 years. Another new coach means an entirely new West Virginia team. This is not the West Virginia Mountaineer team that you saw last year
and
when the Wildcats went to Morgantown and won by close to 20 points.
Did they not have a 100% turnover last year as well?
Yeah.
Just about,
Pretty much.
So
yeah.
back to back. We hear about that more often these days in the NIL era, but back to back complete roster changeovers, I mean, that's got to be tough.
I mean, Darren DeVries brought in basically the entire Drake roster.
Exactly. Yeah.
Including his son when he came in there last year. So, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy how these teams change. And we mentioned it with the ASU game. It's like there was really nobody on that side that had played in this rivalry before. So what was it going to mean to them that night? And again, but you put on the jersey, and if the jersey across from you has an Arizona on it as well, as we saw from Ivan Karchinkov, the energy is going to be there for sure. It's going to be there for sure. All right, let's get our break in here. We'll come back. We'll be joined by America Cazares, one of the best, if not the best, high school basketball players in the city of Tucson. DK on the sports tip. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Speedway near Wilmot, Speedway west of Wilmot, just reported as a rollover wreck. Other crashes that are reported at Oracle and Pushview Lane. Also in Oro Valley, La Cañada and Tangerine near the airport. Valencia westbound approaching Campbell. 50 the overnight low, 60 the high tomorrow with a 40% chance of rain, 59 and sunny on Sunday, sprinkles and 59 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Cool Willie's is Tucson's home for heating and plumbing with legendary service, fast help, friendly techs, and work done right. When your home needs care, trust Tucson's own. Book now at coolwillies.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela! Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything, but while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
What's that song that goes ba-da-da-da-da-da?
You mean la-di-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee?
No, he's talking about bum, 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 bum.
No, that's not it.
All right, guys, we don't have time for this. Furnaces are breaking down, and we promise we'll be there in one day.
That's it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Oh, that song.
One of my favorites. If you have a problem today, Alaskan AC will get to you within one day.
If we don't, the whole repair is free.
No matter how much.
So good, people are singing about it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Reminds me of that other song that goes boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
I've never heard that.
Well, you're not as cultured as me.
You have about as much culture as a bowl of yogurt.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
AlaskanAC.com.
Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet. This is Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with people like John Cena.
That's where Never Give Up comes from. I wasn't Brock. I wasn't Roman. I wasn't Dwayne. I was last.
And the biggest names in pro wrestling and beyond.
It's a legitimate interview.
This is Insight with
Chris Van Vliet!
Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit CactusAuto.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We've not had a lot of in-studio guests lately, but we've got one today, and she is about as good a high school basketball player as you're going to find here in Southern Arizona. Her name is America Caceres, and she joins us right now. America, welcome to Wildcats Radio 1290. Coming off you came in, you beat up the girls from our neighborhood. We like to term our neighborhood the CNWT, Central Northwest Tucson. Our schools in the neighborhood here, Flowing Wells and Amphi, and you just had to put a whooping on our girls last night. How'd you put another fabulous night together against the Cavs last night?
Well, I didn't play the first time, so they won, so I had to just play a good game and get a big lead on them. So
now you missed the first game of the season against Flowing Wells?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what happened there?
I sprained my ankle.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, I was out for 2 games, and I had to show them they can't win.
So now, what was that like for you not to be able to play? I mean, you've been a pretty consistently in the lineup, your entire career. I mean, had you ever missed a game before?
Definitely just wanted to go in there and start playing. But I had to I know I had to stay healthy first, so I didn't want to get too ahead of myself and just start playing right away.
America Caceres is joining us, basketball star at Pueblo High
I mean, now she's like teaching me how to be a leader because I'm trying to lead my team. But it was cool. Definitely the best year like I've ever played. I had 500 my freshman year, so I could definitely say my sister played a big part on that.
Absolutely. I mean, you get a chance to come in right away and play as a freshman on those teams. You mentioned that she.
Knew how to play with each other, so it was easier, and we also all played like together since we were little, so it was a little bit like easier to like play. And that year I remember my sister and me, we just wanted to win a state championship, so we got to that point. I mean, we fell short, but I feel like we could have done better that game, but still like the one of the best teams I played with.
How long did it take to get over that?
Honestly, like not that long, because
Okay.
I knew I was gonna go back to the state championship and I want to lead my team to one.
So what's this team? This team that you've got this year. Tell me about this team. What you like about the way that it's put together and the way you guys are playing so far. I think you guys have won like 11 games in a row right now.
So I've also been playing with like all of them since we were little. So we know how to play with each other. We're doing so good right now. I feel like we just need to communicate, and we need to like just learn how to like communicate on defense and offense and just play together as a team. And as long as like we all play our part and like we do everything we got to do, like we're going to make it far this year.
All right, so tell me, like one of your other main players, Brooklyn Espinoza. Tell me about Brooklyn and why you love playing with her.
She's like super athletic. She knows her part, so she gets rebounds. She helps.
He's almost like your second dad, right?
Yeah. So he's always on me, and he like encourages me. He's like every game, he's like, "Come on, like we could do this." Like, so he encourages us a lot. During practices, he's always on us. He wants us to do better. So I've learned a lot of like on his like being on his team. He has good groups coming up, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna do great.
I was asking you before you came in here if you'd ever done a radio interview. You said you're involved with the radio program over at Pueblo High School. You guys got a pretty strong program that's been legendary over there. What have you done inside of that, and what do you want in your career post basketball?
So we do some
Saris, one of the great basketball players here in the city of Tucson. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. And weather together. Collisions reported Colossal Cave Road and I-10 on Colossal Cave Road at I-10. Working Speedway near Wilmot on Speedway to the west of Wilmot. Near the airport, Valencia and Campbell with westbound slowing on Valencia approaching Campbell. 50 the overnight low, 60 tomorrow with a 40% chance of rain. On Sunday, sunny and 59, and some rain across town and 59 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
This new year, I want to spend more time with my wife and kids, get back to the gym, and make sure my finances are in order. That includes finally getting life insurance. My friend recommended SelectQuote. They've helped more than 60 million people compare insurance over the last 40 years. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month. My wife got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. Plus, we qualified for same-day life insurance. No medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. If you have a health concern, be it high blood pressure, diabetes, even heart disease, SelectQuote can find you the right life insurance policy at the lowest price. Get a jump on the year with a free quote from SelectQuote.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-6262 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-6262. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-280-6262. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
En garde! Ever wanted to try an Olympic sport but think you're too old, too out of shape, too busy, or that those sports are just too unsafe? Think again. Fencing is taking the nation by storm, and it's a safe, fun, engaging sport that's perfect for everyone. Any age, any skill level. Classes are safe, active, engaging, and community-driven. No experience needed, and most clubs offer loaner gear for beginners. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Now that's what I call savings. If you're looking for a real truck, get up to $7,500 off a new 2026 Chevy Silverado, plus up to $2,500 off a 2026 Chevy Equinox, and $8,500 off the Equinox EV. It's all happening now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Truck tough deals, real savings. Call us at 747-8000 or see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall or on the web at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Imagine every time you make a money move with your Visa credit card, you earn rewards. A large coffee with an extra shot of espresso? 2 times the rewards. That all-you-can-eat brunch. 3 times the rewards. A weekend haul at the wholesale club? 4 times the rewards. Buyers rejoice. With the ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, you can earn up to 4 times the rewards. Your new favorite credit card is from your trusted credit union. Apply today at ICCU.com on approved credit.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
It's basketball season, Wildcat fans, and tickets are on sale now. It's no secret the McHale Center is one of the most electric atmospheres in the country. And now is your chance to be part of the madness as Tommy Lloyd, Jaden Bradley, and the rest of the Wildcats compete for a Big 12 title. Get your tickets now by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/MBK or call the McHale Center ticket office at 520-621-2287. That's 520-621-CATS.
EK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Great to have America Caceres in studio here with us, trying to become the first player in state history to score 3,000 points in a career. She needs 357 points to do that. So it's not going to be easy. They only have 5 regular season games left, and then the postseason. So she could have as many as another, I don't know how, the postseason is so long now. There could be 6 to 7 games in the postseason. So she might have about 12 games. I'd say probably close to guess 10 to 12 games left, averaging 33 points, but scoring as many as 60 in games. So it's not going to be easy, but it's possible. It's not going to be easy, but it's possible for her to get to that point.
I mean, Julie's record's been 35 years.
Yeah. Julie Brazzi, who's currently on the staff at University of Arizona right now. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
As an assistant coach. I never got to see her play. That was before my time. But, yeah, I've heard the stories
I think
about
she was just after me. Like, I graduated high school, and I think she was doing her thing just after that. Because I think Foothills is where she played, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Foothills didn't open up till the year after I graduated high school. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just that era right after. But obviously, it was the talk of the town, being Lute Olson's granddaughter and all of that, and just the sheer numbers she was putting up. So, a crazy record for America to be close to breaking.
So they played, I think the year they went to that title game, which was, if I'm not mistaken, that was 2 years ago. And I think I said 2024. But then she said her sister was on that team. So it might have been the 2023 team. Regardless, they played 30. That was the most. So they played 30 that year, 28 her sophomore year, and 27 last year. So she's probably got, like I said, best guess, maybe 8 to 10 more games to go to get to that record. She had 527 points as a freshman, 740 as a sophomore, 759 as a junior. And right now, through 19 games, she's got 617 points. So that is what you're looking at in terms of America Caceres.
If you're going to score 60,
yeah,
you're going to get there pretty quick.
Yeah. You're the basket. Did you ever score 60 in any game?
I think the most points I ever scored in a high school game was like 17.
17?
Yeah. I mean, I was at best. I mean, I was the 7th guy. I was like the 9th guy on Coach Peabody's team when I played for him. And the next year I had a knee injury, but even when I came back, I was like the 7th guy. I was not a starter on those
Not
teams.
even like growing up, like in the park game. You never.
No, well, I mean, I played for
threw up a
Orange.
60
Okay,
piece on
I'll
your
give
boys.
you, since you're asking, I'll give you my basketball history. I played for Orange Grove Junior High School in 7th and 8th grade, and then I moved to Oregon, and we didn't have a basketball team for 2 years. So then I came back to Tucson. I was at 6 months. I played for Immaculate Heart. I was there because Greenfields didn't accept students halfway through the semester. So I was at Immaculate Heart, and I played basketball there, and then I played 2 years at Greenfields.
There you go. Good stuff there for sure. But, yeah, I mean, it's I can remember that team that she played with her sister. I remember doing some stuff with them when I was on TV. I mean, that was a really, really strong team. They've come close a number of years getting to the latter stages of the state tournament in whatever alliteration division that they've played in. They just have not been able to quite get over that hump. A couple years ago against Flagstaff was the closest that they ever got. But, yeah, just incredible. I mean, and she's just getting warmed up. I mean, if you go back to the game on December the 11th against Vista Grand, she's gone 30, 35, 40, 43, 25, 21, 62, 64, 30, and 36 points for America Caceres. It has been a fun run for sure. So get out there Monday at Cienega High on Monday. And Cienega's pretty good, so that'll actually be a really good game, I think. Get out there and see her play against Cienega on Monday. And see again, because you don't
see
get
history.
See.
You're not going to get a
know.
chance to see somebody of the caliber to break state scoring career records.
You don't get a chance to see players like that. Like I was mentioning with Julie Brazzi, if you'd ever got a chance to see her play, not too many players of this level come through Southern Arizona a lot, or at least if you're Pueblo, it seems like they come through every 4 years because Izzy just keeps and Jamal. We got to get this Jamal coach on because he seems to be the one that's bringing a lot of these South Side ladies to the forefront.
Jamal Rhodes.
He was, if I'm not mistaken, was that the coach? Was Jamal, I believe, was the coach at Sabino that won.
He was at Sabino for a while,
that state championship.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. Okay. So now it makes sense. Now it makes sense that he was that coach. He coached our girl Riley, who was on that state championship team.
She doesn't want to come talk
Sabino.
Basketball with us, though.
Okay. She's shy.
Remember, her sister, though,
she was just
is
in here
coaching.
beating me up about stuff, and now we got to go drag her back in to talk basketball. Maybe. We'll see. All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. If you've seen, I want to hear from you. If you have seen America play this season, give us a call, 520-848-1290. If you've just seen her play in her career from like when she was a freshman to a senior, give us a call and let us know what you've thought about her rise as a college basketball player here in Southern Arizona. Great stuff there for sure. All right, speaking of great stuff, in the 4 o'clock hour, speaking of scoring a lot of points in women's basketball, the Arizona women are going to be on the road tomorrow in Ames. They're probably flying there right now if they're not already there, taking on Iowa State. And all our former U of A daughter did, Jada Williams, was dropped 44 the last time out against Cincinnati. We'll hear from Jada coming up on her 44 piece in the next hour. So stay tuned for that. Also, we're going to talk some Arizona men's basketball. Brad Howell is going to join us. He is the radio analyst for the Mountaineers. We'll get his thoughts on this team coming in here, playing pretty good right now in terms of, they've had some pretty nice wins to start this season in the Big 12, have the West Virginia Mountaineers. So looking forward to that squad coming in here, and I'm sure it's going to be just another fight. It always is. It's the Big 12. They're 4-2, so they're one of those 7 teams that is above 500 within striking distance of the Arizona Wildcats, and they come in here having won 4 of their last 5, and one of those games was the upset last weekend against number 22 Kansas that briefly knocked the Jayhawks out of the top 25. Back-to-back wins they've got, having beat ASU earlier this week in Colorado over last weekend. So we'll talk to Brad Howell about his team as well. We'll get you set for NFL Championship weekend. We've got all of your Westwood One sports top plays, what they tell us you should do, and we do the opposite. So we'll go over there, and it's a long list. It's a long list of plays, and we got some pretty good props that we'll give you as well. So we'll dive into all of that coming up shortly here as well. DK on the Sports Tip. Dragon Ball is here, and he's got everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona as well as sports around the world.
Well, Arizona men's basketball has another big game tomorrow. They prepare for West Virginia squad that's coming off their first road win on the year against Arizona State. And again, the Mountaineers come off the top half, still come in at the top half of the Big 12 Conference, and with many things in common with the Cats' last opponent in Cincinnati, which Tommy Lloyd spoke on last night at the Tommy Lloyd Radio Show, focusing firstly on both squads' defensive similarities.
I mean, there's some defensive concepts that are the same, but maybe, one team might emphasize, pressure, the other team might emphasize positioning, little things of that nature. But no, I mean, obviously, Cincinnati had a really highly rated defense coming into the game, and you're okay. Well, you're looking at it on film, you wonder why. And then you get out there and you play against it and you figure out why. I mean, they have a good plan and they had great length out there and there was a conviction to what they did. And then, West Virginia, Coach Hodge is, he's been doing this for a while and he has a certain way he does things and it's really sound in their approach to doing it. And they're kind of relentless in their pursuit of that. So, when you have a team that's convicted with a strong plan, I mean, that makes for a formidable opponent. So that's what we're expecting.
Again, tip-off will be set for about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so be sure to check out the pregame that we'll have for you going into tomorrow's contest. The Diamondbacks are getting some love in this year's Top 100 Players list for the MLB Network. Ketel Marte officially revealed at the number 19 spot, only dropping one spot from last year's ranking. He joins Geraldo Perdomo on that list at number 24. Still to be named, Corbin Carroll. He appeared at number 32 on last year's list, but the top 10 still set to be unveiled next Thursday. And there will be no changes to next season's college football playoff, at least according to the committee on the size of the field, as they will have it once again be a 12-team format for 2026. The committee said the decision will give them additional time to review the 12-team format. The SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey publicly supported a 16-team model, but Big Ten Commissioner Tom Petitti said he would only agree to it if the SEC committed to a 24-team field 3 years from now. So it's showing a lot of debate still up for that model to come. I'm Dragon Ball, your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
Bounce pass, a Walker, slam it home.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported. Campbell and Speedway reported as a multi-vehicle collision. Speedway and Campbell, some slowing at the intersection. Colossal Cave Road at I-10. And some slowdown southbound Colossal Cave Road approaching I-10. Speedway west of Wilmot, also westbound Valencia at Campbell. 50 the overnight low, 60 tomorrow with a 40% chance of rain. On Sunday, 59 and sunny. Rain and 59 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Audible. It's time to take care of you. Who better to help you than the top voices in well-being on Audible? Kickstart your well-being journey with your first audiobook free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I could enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead and make an appointment online or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
You know it, your neighbors know it, and let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be, but thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was, and even better. Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
It's basketball season, Wildcat fans, and tickets are on sale now. It's no secret the McHale Center is one of the most electric atmospheres in the country. And now is your chance to be part of the madness as Tommy Lloyd, Jaden Bradley, and the rest of the Wildcats compete for a Big 12 title. Get your tickets now by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/MBK or call the McHale Center ticket office at 520-621-2287. That's 520-621-CATS.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Now that's what I call savings. Looking for strength and value? Get 2025 Chevy Traverse and up to $4,500 off a 2025 Chevy Colorado. That's real muscle, real savings. Right now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Call us at 747-8000, see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall, or on the web at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
KCUV Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. DK on the Sports Tip. Full show for you today. Arizona men's basketball taking on West Virginia tomorrow. Arizona ladies are going to be on the road at Iowa State. Iowa State had lost 5 games in a row heading into their midweek contest at home against Cincinnati. And one-time Arizona Wildcat Jada Williams said that 5 straight losses was enough for her.
Cincinnati with the early rebounding advantage, 7-3.
And this ball deflected and backward. It'll belong to Williams, who will attack the rack.
Current freshman class.
Williams with the scoop and hoop. Shot clock at 10. Here's Williams now with 29. And how about that connection?
Yeah, beautiful.
Williams for 3. Yes!
That's a heat check.
Down to 3. Jada fires and hits. What a night!
What a night indeed for Jada Williams, who is currently the second leading scorer on the roster, averaging 14 points a game. You put up a 44 piece, and that'll put you right up the scoring chart for sure. 44 points for Jada Williams. She made 15 of 22 from the floor, 6 of 10 from 3. She was 8 of 12 from the line. A career-high 44. She'd had 28 earlier in the year in a game against Baylor, and that was her best so far this season. But 44 points to snap a 5-game losing streak for the women's basketball team. And guys, that's the thing, and we talked about it earlier in the week, I think, J-Dub, was just the fact that, Dragon Ball, you weren't here, that this is shocking that team, Iowa State, that got off to such a great start, could get into a 5-game losing streak stretch like they did.
Yeah, it's weird because they didn't lose 2 top 10 teams either. They lost Cincinnati, West Virginia, Colorado, Oklahoma State, and 22nd ranked Baylor in that 5-game streak.
Yeah.
44 is just about twice as many as Jada ever scored in a U of A uniform. 25 points was her career high here in Tucson. But, yeah, I mean, she's always had that. I mean, ever since her 1.8 million Instagram followers in high school and that whole story, she's always had the ability to get busy. I think the percentages, a lot of fans and coaches would like to see her maybe in the 45% just flat out. And she's always been more of the 40%-ish type of shooter, but she's clearly capable of having games like that. 6 for 10 from 3 is just about as well as we've ever seen her shoot. And when she's got that outside shot going down, we know she's got the handles to be able to get right to the rim in half court, and her transition game is great too. So.
And she doesn't really, it's interesting, she didn't really take a lot of threes.
Mm-hmm. Not unless she's hitting threes.
Yeah,
exactly. When she hits her first, then she will. So if you look at her percentages, when she does shoot a lot of threes, it's when she's in general making the first 2 or 3.
I feel like Jada Williams is in that kind of category of an athlete of a Nolan Ryan of sorts. It's like it's always a problem that go up against Jada Williams, but when the 3-point shot is working, that's when it's an absolute, you might as well not even come out of bed.
Yeah.
I make the Nolan Ryan comparison because my dad always said you always had to worry about Nolan's 98-mile-per-hour fastball. But if he could get the curveball to hit the spots it was supposed to, you might as well not even try. When he had control of the curve, that was when Nolan was at his best. When Jada has that outside shot going, and a lot of it has been, I think, to do with the fact that they're really going down low to Audie Crooks a lot. The thing that gets lost in that 44-point game, Audie Crooks had 24 points on 9 of 15 shooting. She was bullying down low, and that opened up so much space outside the paint. And Jada just took advantage of it. And admittedly, she even says it afterwards. I mean, she says that, a couple of these were heat check shots. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. But when the going's good, you go where it's going.
The problem is that 33% is the equivalent of 50%. So if you shoot 33%, if you make 1 out of every 3 threes, it's the same as 1 out of every 2 twos. Simple math. Jada shot 26% as a freshman. 26%.
From 3.
On 3.5 per. So if you shoot 26% is fine if you're taking half a 3 a game on average. At volume, you don't want to see that. And last year, guys, it was 5.5 threes attempted per game at 29%.
Yeah.
So again, like if you're a high volume 3-point shooter, we got spoiled watching Steph so much. He's shooting 12 a game, but he's making 40% of those, which means it's efficient. So it's that, it's really a trade-off. You want your best 3-point shooters to take a lot of threes. But as you pointed out, DK, Jada is smart in that she kind of feels the game out and feels how her touch is going because she is the epitome of streaky. There's going to be games where she goes 6 for 10, but this year, in her third year in college, she's shooting under that 33% overall from 3 and again, 4.5 attempts per game. That's a very high volume.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from Jada Williams after her 44-point performance against Cincinnati.
Yeah, honestly, I think we were all in really good spirits. We were super hyped before the game, just knowing that we needed this. We had, like I said earlier, we had a tough go at it for the past 2 weeks. So just staying together, I think we loved on each other a lot. We didn't fall apart. We came into practice working our butts off every single day. So I think we were just feeling it.
What about you individually? How did you feel?
Honestly, I was just... When I seen the rim, I was shooting it, but when I wasn't open, I was passing it. I think I was just in rhythm. I think my teammates knew that, so there was a lot of ball screen action tonight. But honestly, I just wanted to win, and I wanted to win by a lot. That meant something to us. That was a statement that we set. So I think I'm just super proud of how everyone responded to adversity. It was never about me, honestly.
What was the statement?
Yeah, the statement is that we belong here. We belong in the top 25. We're a tournament team. We're a Sweet 16 team. And I think we all believe that, and people don't believe in us, then that does affect us. I think it goes in one ear and goes out the other. So I think as long as we believe in each other, we still pour into each other every single day, work our butts off, and I think that's the only thing that matters.
Okay, for the record, everybody believed in you guys, Jada, until you lost five in a row. And that's why people are like, maybe they're not quite as good as we thought. And that's not like in a vacuum. People were, if you're a top 10 team, what were they ranked prior to this 5-game losing streak? 12th?
Yeah.
Something like that. If you're a top 10, top 15 team, you're expected to lose games. This Arizona men's team, ranked number 1 unanimously right now, guys, is going to lose a game. It's going to happen. But when you lose 5 games in a row and not 2 top 10 teams, of course some of the media is going to question. And again, if you don't have a major injury or 2 to one of your best players, that hasn't been the case. They did lose some close games. Like they only lost by 2 to Baylor in that stretch, and by 6 to Colorado. But they're also, guys, a couple of blowouts, 18-point loss at Oklahoma State in that stretch. They also lost by 13 to West Virginia. So I think it's fine for the press and murmurs around the university itself to talk about, hey, what's going on right now? 5 losses in a row is a lot.
Not to mention that 13-point loss to West Virginia was in Ames, so that's not a great loss for your resume if you want to really kind of have it be a situation where you're trying to build a tournament resume for March. So I get where she's coming from and that there's been a lot of negative talk, but like you said, it's 5 losses in a row. You can't ignore that result is going to generate a little bit of bad
I didn't
discourse.
take offense to it, but she said right there, what she said was, we're not listening to any of the outside noise. That's about y'all. We believe in ourselves, even if nobody else does. It's like, okay, but the outside noise is coming because of 5 consecutive losses, being a top 15 team.
They've also dealt with some injuries. Audi Crooks she's played, but she's been dealing with some nagging injuries. Ariana Jackson has also missed some games. Another quality player they have with a knee situation as well. Jada, though, more from Jada on setting that new career high, 44 points.
Yeah, I think I believed in myself my whole life. It's just kind of been who I am. But like the last 2 years, the rest of the season, like it's a confidence thing, it's a mental thing, and I'm in a really good spot mentally, so I think that helps a lot too. But I think when you're feeling it and your teammates are jumping up behind you on the bench, it's just like it's a whole different feeling when everybody's cheering for you and stuff like that. So again, like I was just feeling it. I wasn't forcing anything. I think I was in a really good rhythm tonight, and like I said, they were setting ball screens and stuff like that. So I think I was just in rhythm. I think we had a lot of fun. We would have had a lot of fun regardless. I think coming into this game, everybody's head was in the right spot. We knew that we needed this W, and it just felt different, right? Like we just felt more together tonight. We were pouring into each other a lot more this week.
Bill Finelli is the head coach of the Iowa State Cyclones. He talked about Jada's performance.
I mean, we're all victims of the moment, but that was pretty impressive. Audie's had a couple this year. Addie's had a couple. We've had other players in the past that have done it, but for her to do it the way she did it, scoring at every level, she handled the ball, 8 assists with a lot of points, and she was phenomenal. I mean, I don't know if she could possibly play any better. And on a night that we needed her to score, and she had it going. And we met the other day about shot selection and that kind of stuff. And she did say to me, she goes, "Coach, if I hit a couple, there's going to be a heat check." And she had a couple heat checks tonight, but happy for her because she's that kind of kid. She wants to win, and just an amazing effort.
And next up, the Arizona Wildcats. That game will be at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Our coverage on Freedom 1400 will begin at 1:45 with Derek Palmer and company. So we'll see what the Wildcats have in store. It's on the road for your Arizona women's basketball team after a loss at home earlier this week to the Kansas Jayhawks, and they are sitting now at 1-5 on the season, playing without, of course, their in terms of conference play, playing without their 1-6 in conference play, playing without their leading scorer, Michaela Purdue, who continues to battle the wrist injury. 2 road games back-to-back. Saturday, Iowa State. Then the ladies will come home and then head up the road to Tempe. They'll play their first game against Arizona State. That'll be one to look at because Arizona State's been good, but it's hard to kind of gauge exactly how good they are now that they've got into conference play as well. I would think, though, the talent level might be a little bit higher, so that's going to be one that's going to be tough for the Wildcats to win in Tempe on Wednesday, but they'll play the game, and we'll see where we stand coming home to play Oklahoma State and Kansas State after that. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. The third member of our team, actually now the fourth member, because we got everybody here today. All 4 cameras lit. It's the Brady Bunch shot. Cricket.
Hello.
What time is it?
What time is it?
What time is it? It is the weekend. Woo! That's right.
Everyone's
so
excited.
Well, yeah, you got to be excited to get to Friday, right?
Yeah, well, here we are.
Brought in all this rain on us. What are you doing out there with the forecast?
I'm doing nothing. I have nothing to do with that.
What was that? Did I hear something like that? Did they have? I thought I heard something about a ribbon cutting or something for our new street here. Was that true?
Yes.
Did I hear that correctly? What was that all
Did
about?
you guys get my email then?
Yeah.
So they finished Roger, between Oracle and Fairview, paved it, landscaping.
Yeah.
And hey, yay, ribbon cutting. And then starting on Monday, they're going to start working on Roger Road from Fairview to Romero.
See? There we go.
The city did ribbon cutting, and then Pima County starts more road work on Monday.
Finally getting, people always say we need to get new roads. We're finally getting those roads done here. It's brand spanking new. I mean, I feel like I'm
Can it really be considered new when people are still driving on it the minute construction finishes?
Like right even before they're done, I'm like, we need to turn. We need to go right in there.
I'm glad they got the lines down because I was confused because they put in a turn lane now to go right onto Oracle.
I talk to those dudes every day, for a week.
The construction crews?
Yeah.
You did not.
Because they were blocking the driveway a lot of the time.
I
would slow down and I would say, I'm just going right here. And so they would, because there's a puzzlement when you're slowing down to turn right where the construction is. And they've got all the cones out there, and our driveway just happens to be right where that construction was happening. So, I talk to those guys a lot.
Yeah.
It's a really nice street now. I mean, if you go going west towards Flowing Wells and Romero, they've got that one section where they've got that plane that
it's
on the right
artwork,
side, artwork and stuff. It's
landscaping.
Really, you can't. You're not allowed to park on the sidewalks because before people would park on the sidewalks. I'm glad they got rid of that now. People aren't going to be parking their cars on the sidewalk and stuff.
Hope not.
No, not at all. We got a nice neighborhood now. We're not slumming anymore.
We not the hood no more.
We not the hood no more. We still the CNWT, but we ain't the hood no more.
We're moving up.
All right, what's happening this weekend, Cricket?
I got a lot of dance parties tonight at 7.
I like dancing.
I know you do. Do you like rockabilly music?
It depends. I kind of liked back in the days. Doobie Brothers was kind of rockabilly.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe that was more bluegrass. I don't know.
Yeah, well, tonight they're calling it Rockus Surly at Surly Wench.
Surly.
So it's at 7 tonight.
Only at the Surly Wench because you have something like that.
Exactly.
Like
so some rockabilly music and dancing. Also tonight, Gimme Gimme Disco at La Rosa.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see that? Okay.
Yes. If I didn't have an early show tomorrow, I would probably try to go to that.
I get that. Yeah. At 9 tonight, La Rosa's your favorite 70s and 80s disco dance party. Can I plug something we're doing tomorrow?
Absolutely.
We're going to do Backyard Butchers, 20 ribeyes for $39 at Tractor Supply on Speedway near Camino Seco. I'll be out from 9 to 11 a.m., but the sale goes till 6.
I saw something like that last week over at Park Place Mall, and I thought, aren't we usually at that event where they're handing out steaks?
Basically,
That's kind of our thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so join us
last year we
tomorrow.
talked about cricket on the back of the trucks, throwing steaks at
Throwing
people.
steaks. It's kind of like thrown out with the
You
T-shirt
get a steak.
cannon.
You get a steak. You get a
too.
steak.
Yes. And another dance party. This one tomorrow night. Return to the 80s at 10, Hotel Congress Retro Night.
Ooh.
They say neon beats, new wave classics, and a bumpin' dance floor at Hotel Congress tomorrow.
All right, return to the 80s. That's my time of life right there.
That's your thing.
We got an early game tomorrow.
Maybe you can make
I
it.
might be returning to the 80s tomorrow night.
Do it.
Down
Some
at
of the best music of all
Congress.
time and some of the worst music of all time.
Just like fashion. Just like the fashion.
Yes,
There
right?
you go. I liked
Don't
my
remind
80s
me.
fan. I liked my stirrup pants.
If I remind you,
I
Cricket, I
was
remind
the
my
first.
dad.
I had stirrup pants for men. They had there were a couple that came out.
No.
And I had stirrup pants for men.
No, you did.
I did. I'll admit that.
I
Maybe I
want
shouldn't
pictures.
admit that.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
I don't know if I have any pictures of that. I'll go through my. I don't think I have any though of my male stirrup pants.
Smart.
Yeah, probably. All right, Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the Fives with your traffic and weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported Golf Links in Wilmot with some eastbound slowing. Campbell Inn Speedway, that was a multi-vehicle wreck and some slowing at that intersection. Colossal Cave Road north of I-10 southbound slowing on Colossal Cave Road approaching I-10. Earlier wreck Speedway west of Wilmot. 50 the overnight low, 60 tomorrow with a 40% chance of rain. On Sunday, 59 and sunny. Rain, 59 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text TAP to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's TAP to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Now that's what I call savings. Truck buyers, this one's for you. Get up to $7,500 off a new 2026 Chevy Silverado and up to $4,500 off a 2025 Chevy Colorado. Two tough trucks, one place to save. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Call us at 747-8000, see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall, or on the web at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
As the new year begins, Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing would like to thank you for allowing us to serve Tucson and the surrounding communities for the past 25 years. Whether it is a small water leak or a full air conditioning replacement, we do it all, big or small. For professional service, call Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage, and donors are needed right now to make sure life-saving care isn't delayed for accident victims, surgery patients, and those facing critical treatments for cancer and chronic blood disorders. The Red Cross blood supply has dropped about 35% in recent weeks. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Red Cross Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation. Take action and help save lives.
En garde! U.S. Olympians do it, your neighbor's kid does it, and yes, it's the only socially acceptable way to carry a sword, fencing. No, not the kind that keeps dogs in. This is the Olympic and Paralympic sport for all ages. Fencing is fun, safe, and welcoming. Physical chess that builds both body and mind. Kids and adults make friends fast, stay active, and even open doors to college programs nationwide. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Ravens have filled their head coaching vacancy, hiring Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter as their next head coach. Minter spent the past 4 seasons working under Jim Harbaugh at Michigan and with the Chargers. Prior to that, he was part of John Harbaugh's staff in Baltimore from 2017 to 2020. Minter saying he's honored to serve as the Ravens head coach, and this organization reflects everything he believes about the game of football. Minter will be just the 4th head coach in franchise history. Elsewhere, the Titans officially announcing Robert Saleh as their next head coach. Saleh saying Tennessee was the most desirable location for him and felt like the team fit him best. Saleh adding that he's excited about bringing a winner back to Nashville. And the Bucs have hired former Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson as their new OC. Robinson previously worked with quarterback Baker Mayfield in 2022 while with the Rams. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Number 1, Arizona, West Virginia at McHale Center on Saturday. Tip-off at noon, an early start, national TV. CBS is the broadcaster. You'll hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Let's find out a little bit about this Mountaineers team that is coming in here to face the Wildcats. Pleased to be joined by Brad Howell. He is the radio analyst on the basketball side. He's been covering all things University or West Virginia University for many, many years. First of all, Brad, 4th coach in 4 years for this program. How difficult has that been?
Well, as difficult as you can imagine it would be. It's really, again, as you well know and your listeners know, it's just an odd time in college sports right now, and we're probably at the forefront of that. As you mentioned, 4 coaches in 4 years, 4 different rosters in 4 years. So for the second straight year, we return 0 minutes from the year before. So it's been really bizarre. I mean, we're thrilled to have Ross Hodge here, but yeah, it is certainly a bizarre 4 years with the constant turnover and trying to establish some consistency.
All right, so what is a Russ Hodge Mountaineer basketball team? What's that look like 19 games in?
Yeah, I think we're continuing to get better. And so it's one of those where Ross has built his reputation on the defensive end and a defensive system, and you're starting to see that come together for West Virginia, and that's been a work in progress. It's a very intricate system, the way they teach it, and it's taken a while for all of those new players to come together and understand what to do, but they feel like they're improving every day and won 4 of the last 5 games, and as you well know, the best basketball league in America, so they're pleased with the progress at this point.
Coming off, obviously, a huge win to start this road trip up at Tempe against Arizona State the other night. And again, you've got a young man by the name of Trayson Eaglestaff who is really, really starting to establish himself. What kind of player has Trayson been so far?
Yeah, it's a great question, and he was certainly the difference in Tempe the other night. And he's a guy that comes in the only guy in the country last year to score 40 or more points in more than one game, and he did that at the University of North Dakota. So he came in with a reputation of being a big-time scorer. Early in his tenure for West Virginia, it was interesting, and I talk about all those new players. He was getting his feet established defensively and rebounding, things he didn't necessarily have to do previously. And so the offense was maybe a little slow to come along. You're starting to see over the last 5 or 6 games that his skill set is becoming available, and he's a guy that can score at all 3 levels. He's about 6'6", really great three-point shooter, but can take it off the bounce for a mid-range, can post up if he gets a smaller guard put on him, and has really been a difference maker over these last few games. It's part of why you're seeing West Virginia on this winning streak. He gives West Virginia a complementary scorer in that backcourt, and he's been fantastic lately.
Brad Howell is our guest. He's the radio analyst for the West Virginia Mountaineers. And Brad, when you look at obviously some of the other guys on this team, leading scorer Honor Huff, say that 5 times fast, comes in averaging 17 points, shooting about 39% from distance. What's tough? What's been tough for defenses to kind of figure out about his game?
Yeah, he's fun to watch. I think your fans will enjoy watching him just as a college basketball fan. He's diminutive, so he's a little bit smaller, but and I've been around a long time in this business. He's got as quick a release of any player I've ever seen. Guy that led the nation in three-pointers made last year. He's number 2 nationally right now in three-pointers made, and is probably as good of a tough shot maker as I've ever been around. And so, as Ross often says, Honor didn't just get small recently. He's been tiny his whole life, so he's learned how to get shots off against bigger guards. So obviously that's a critical component playing against these Wildcats that have just such great size and length, that his ability to that quick release and his just straight speed. So you'll see Honor be running all around the court from side to side, make that defense have to chase and trail him, and then get the shots off. So he's really a joy to watch, just an elite shot maker.
Not a lot of height on this team, but you've got the big man, obviously. They're Harlan Obioha. Did I pronounce that right? Obioha. Yeah. Harlan Obioha. How do you think he's going to match up against a guy like Motias Krivas?
Yeah, tough question, because I don't know that anybody matches well up against Krivas. So that's a real challenge. But Harlan's obviously going to be critical in this game. There's not many guys that can match Krivas' size. So Harlan has to play well. And he's been a real key these last few games. If he's physical, plays well, and can stay out of foul trouble, West Virginia is a much better team. And if you have to get behind him, West Virginia gets a lot smaller quickly, which they know is a huge mismatch problem against this giant Arizona team. So, yeah, I think this is an extremely tough matchup, because it always is against Krivas. But I think that's an important factor in tomorrow's game for West Virginia, is for Harlan's ability to stay on the floor for the whole game.
Brennan Laurent is a guy that came over with Coach Hodge from North Texas. How important was it to have a player like that who had been with Coach at the prior stop?
Yeah, massive, because we just said there's not many people returning. There's nobody returning. So having him and your point guard and Jasper Floyd, guys that understand the culture, understand this defensive system, have been massive. And that was really important early in the summer as leadership was established. And then you talk about Brennan Laurent as a player, super athlete, 6'9", can jump out of the gym, and has been a difference maker. When West Virginia wins games, you'll see Laurent usually is effective in that painted area. So that's obviously a big part of it against Arizona. When it's so difficult to get to the rim and finish at the rim, you've got to be able to hit those little mid-range shots. When West Virginia's clicking and Belo's playing well, those shots are falling. So that's another key. If those shots are falling for West Virginia, good sign, because you've got to find ways to score away from the rim against this Wildcats team.
Brad Howell's our guest. He is the radio analyst for the West Virginia Mountaineers. And Brad, the football schedule came out this past week. The first meeting between Arizona and a Rich Rodriguez coached West Virginia team will be next season in Morgantown. Year one started really well. The upset of the rival Pitt Panthers kind of was the big moment of the season. Then things kind of got tough once Big 12 play came around. What was the overall assessment of Rich's first year back there?
Yeah, super excited fan base to have Rich back. West Virginia's best points in its football history came with Rich Rodriguez version 1. So fans were anxious to return to that. But again, much like we talked about basketball with a totally reshuffled roster, how about this for some numbers for you? Last year, West Virginia brought in 82 new players in year one. 82. Guess what? This year, you're going to have another 80 plus coming in. So it was wild. And really, the short version last year is it's probably miraculous that West Virginia got to 4 wins. It played 5 different starting quarterbacks. It played 6 different running backs due to injury. So never mind did you have enough talent, you didn't have enough healthy bodies. So just a wild year in year one for Rich, and certainly not what his expectations were. I think that gets better this season. And I think, as you well know, this league is different now with no Matt Campbell, no Kyle Whittingham going on, Oklahoma State in a rebuild. So it's an interesting league. It's kind of starting to shift a little bit. And I think the West Virginia fans are excited for year 2 under Rich. That's when it started to take off under him the first time, as he got some more guys that fit his system in. So I think that's what fans are expecting this year, is a revamped roster and a revamped team under year 2, version 2 of Rich Rodriguez.
Now, Brad, you were there. Obviously, you've been around this program. You worked in athletics for a number of years. First time that Rich Rod was there. How is he different than the Rich Rod you knew the first time around?
Yeah, that's a great question, as he's older and was gone for 17 years. And let me just say this. The wildest thing I've ever seen in college sports was that Rich Rodriguez returned to West Virginia. That was a messy exit the first time.
Yeah.
And the fact that he is back, I would have bet my career earnings that you would never see that. But he's back, and you mentioned I was really close to him the first round, so I've seen him up close for a long time. He's exactly the same. There is no mellowing of Rich Rodriguez, and his intensity is pretty well known. He's the same guy, as intense as ever, innovator offensively, demands the most, and not a guy that is easing into retirement by any stretch. That fire still burns. So he is as intense as he ever was.
And in terms of the philosophy, is what you saw in terms of, I mean, obviously he's always going to be, when he came here, he was billed as one of the best offensive minds in college football. Has his scheme changed much at all from when he was there with you guys?
Yeah, that's a great question, too, because as you know, he was really on the front edge of that zone read. Back when at West Virginia with Pat White and Steve Slayton, that was really one of the first guys to do that, and it was really innovative. And then, as he came here to Arizona, an innovative offensive mind. I think it's harder now to be an innovative offensive mind because there's so much similarity across college football. But, there's some tweaks that are still there. That power run game is still a staple. And what really surprised me, to be honest with you, the tempo is still a big thing, and you don't see that a lot anymore. So it's almost like that's cycled through so much that the fast tempo is kind of new again. And he's actually kicked it into overdrive for however fast you remember Rich Rod going when he was here. It's even faster now. So that's a big part of it. So no, actually not a whole lot of difference in the offensive system. It's just honing it and executing it and doing what you do well.
All right, on the football side, it'll be October 10th in Morgantown, West Virginia, Arizona, West Virginia. First off, the basketball matchup coming up here at McHale Center. Brad, appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. Have a great call.
Anytime. Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Brad Howe, radio analyst for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on this rainy Friday. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Collisions that occurred at Speedway and Campbell. It's a multi-vehicle collision. Mostly backups on eastbound Speedway Boulevard approaching Campbell. Colossal Cave Road north of I-10. That was also a collision with southbound slowing on Colossal Cave Road approaching I-10. 50 the overnight low, 60 tomorrow with a 40% chance of rain, sunny on Sunday and 59 the high. Rain and about 60 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Celebrate Happy Honda Days at AutoNation Honda Tucson. Save up to $7,500 on pilots, leases starting at $399 a month, and enjoy incredible rates on 2025 and 2026 models. Visit us off Wetmore and Automall Drive today.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I can enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
As the new year begins, Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing would like to thank you for allowing us to serve Tucson and the surrounding communities for the past 25 years. Whether it is a small water leak or a full air conditioning replacement, we do it all, big or small. For professional service, call Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Now that's what I call savings. If you're looking for a real truck, get up to $7,500 off a new 2026 Chevy Silverado, plus up to $2,500 off a 2026 Chevy Equinox, and $8,500 off the Equinox EV. It's all happening now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Truck tough deals, real savings. Call us at 747-8000 or see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall or on the web at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put members' success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text TAP to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's TAP to 215215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Robinhood, your money, your move. Jarrett Stidham has the chance to be a hero in Sunday's AFC Championship game. He's got a top 3 defense in points per game and yards allowed per game, and a Super Bowl winning head coach in Sean Payton to get him ready. Mix that in with a great home field advantage, and Jarrett Stidham turns Mile High City into Stiddy City. I'm Adam Abdallah.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
We have reached the second greatest weekend in professional football, championship weekend.
Patriots lead 36 seconds, fourth quarter. May, another bent left knee, and that's it. They spill out on the field. They're going to party in Boston. The New England Patriots, the last time they went worst to first, they won the Super Bowl. They're on to the AFC Championship. It'll be the 1 seed Denver Broncos, the 2 seed New England Patriots for a spot in the Super Bowl next week.
All right, there you go. That's the AFC Championship game. That'll be the first of the 2 games you're going to hear on Wildcats Radio 1290 on Sunday. To be called by the Arizona Wildcat grad, Ryan Radke. You'll hear it right here. I've been out doing some things for my mother the last few weeks, and I met a guy. He's like, yeah. He's like, do you know Ryan Radke? I was like, of course I know Ryan Radke. He's like, yeah, he used to go to my church back in the day when he lived here in Tucson. So people still remember Ryan Radke when he was here as the voice of the Tucson Sidewinders, and also working here back in the day when Wildcats Radio 1290 first went all sports. He'll call the game this Sunday on national radio to define who goes to the Super Bowl from the American Football Conference. I was at the gym last night, and they had the 2000. This is the third time the Broncos and the Patriots will play for an AFC championship. And would you believe that the Broncos have won the previous 2, including 10 years ago in 2016 when Peyton Manning outdueled Tom Brady to get the Broncos to the Super Bowl. So the Broncos have a chance to beat the Patriots 3 times to go to the Super Bowl after they beat the Browns 3 times to go to the Super Bowl. That's pretty interesting history right there. All right, let's give you our Westwood One Sports top play for this weekend.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. New England and Denver coming up on Sunday for the AFC Championship. The total of the game is 42.5, and I'd like to target the over, in this game. I think Denver's head coach is going to sling it, even with the backup quarterback, and we think New England's quarterback will be able to score on this Denver defense. I like the over 42.5. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so Nick Costos is one of the betting guys. You Better You Bet in the morning there. He's one of the guys that came over from the BetMGM network. So he likes the Broncos and Patriots over. David, we talked about this yesterday. You like the over in this game. We had another of the pundits who wasn't real comfortable with the over because of the weather that is happening in really all across the country, but in particularly Denver. What did you say yesterday? 90 straight hours. It was under 30 under freezing.
Yeah, it's 90 straight hours.
Did that continue? Or have they been over freezing?
No, it's been 90 straight out. It's going to be 90 straight hours of them below freezing temperatures, and it doesn't look like it's going to change that much right now out in Denver or in the greater Colorado area because it's very cold right now in that particular part of the country. And yeah, no, I think that when you look at the weather, you look at that afternoon type of the chill that you're going to get in afternoon Denver, it's going to be cold, and the weather does not really benefit a passing offense, especially when you're trying to throw the ball some 15 yards down the field. That ball is going to feel like a cement block just hit you in the chest and the hands.
Especially when your quarterback has thrown 8 touchdowns in 20 games.
Yes.
In his career.
Jarrett Stidham.
Yes.
Who will start a championship game. First time a backup has started a championship game or making his first start of the season in a game is the championship game since Roger Staubach did it in the 60s.
And he was hurt, right? Like the only reason he didn't start that season,
right,
was not because he was the backup from training camp. He had been had nagging injuries that whole season right up until he got in that game.
So then so I guess we got to make a decision here. Are we going in with the over there? Ben?
What's
We're gonna
the number?
42.5. 42.5 at minus 150.
I mean, it's not just Denver. Go look at a map. Like, literally the entire northeastern portion of the country is freezing right now. So that always makes the ball harder. It's tougher. You got a quarterback coming in who hasn't started at all this year. Actually had one game played this year, guys, in which he did not stat. So it's been a minute. Let's see. His last completion was in 2023.
Jesus.
So there is that.
Yes.
Not to say that he can't get it done. I mean, he's in his 9th year, obviously. But, hey, I mean, when you're talking about Bo Nix being out for the season and the cold weather, it seems like more likely that they're not going to be scoring a lot of points.
So we're going to go with the under then. We'll take the under is what we're saying there. We're going to take the
I'm just some non-NFL fan over here slapping my gums.
Dragon
You
Ball.
guys,
You were over yesterday.
No,
Now it's
no.
under?
I said I was going to go under.
Oh,
I
you
said
said under.
Yeah, I said
Okay.
under yesterday. Yeah,
Okay.
no, there's no way that this goes over. I'm saying the most this gets is maybe a 30-point contest. That might be being generous
Okay.
if I'm looking at it from that standpoint.
unless you get those awesome
man.
running back dives where they slide 20 yards before somebody can
So
touch
what
them.
you're saying
the
is
ground's
this
so
is
frozen.
not a John Elway, Bernie Kosar AFC Championship
No.
game where the game will be in the 30s.
Well, even when you look at the history of Broncos and Patriots championship games that you mentioned here, the Broncos 26-16 over the Patriots,
36,
and then you go 20-18 in the most recent one, just of those two in the championship game, and let's not forget.
And you're talking about two guys whose busts are going to be in Canton.
Yes,
Yeah.
two guys that are in the Hall of Fame, and then
Yeah.
before that, New England doesn't have a good history in Denver, period, because even before Peyton, Tom Brady had difficulties beating Jake Plummer in Denver back when Jake Plummer beat him in the divisional. And
Isn't Jake Plummer a bad word on this station?
It is. It's a very bad word, but Champ Bailey's near pick six in that game pretty much sealed that contest. But the Patriots don't play well in Denver in the history of their franchise. So I like to think that the Broncos get this done, and I don't know if it's going to be a Jarrett Stidham performance. The main thing he has to do is just not make the critical mistake.
Yeah, for sure.
And the way that the Broncos play offense and their defense as they've been playing recently, that's all they have to do. Just run the ball. They're not going to have J.K. Dobbins in this game as he's been confirmed to be officially out for the contest, but let's not throw this out here every once in a while. Since we can't say the other guy at quarterback I mentioned earlier, we can mention the guy Nick Foles in that the Patriots don't have good history against backup quarterbacks.
And he tweeted about that this week.
So
he did.
So we'll see how that goes. Again, I don't know if I want to say Jarrett Stidham's going to put himself in the veins of a Jeff Hostetler, a Nick Foles, a Doug Williams, and lead the Broncos to a Super Bowl championship. But at the very least, he's got to play the best game of his life. And that's going to come up this next Sunday in a weather not very conducive to throwing the
They're
football.
saying about 20 degrees at kickoff, and it's going to drop after, and there's going to be 10 to 15 mile an hour wind. And the wind is really the biggest issue. Anybody who's lived in a cold weather place, I lived in Oregon for 4 years, and the wind was really the big problem when it got cold. However, the 10 to 15 degrees, they're saying wind chill of about 13 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds just like cold weather NFL playoff football to me. That doesn't sound like, one of those famous cold games that we all know about.
No, this is a freezer bowl. This is not.
No.
But definitely a situation where that high altitude, negative 13-degree wind chill, if the air was already thin in Denver, it's going to be microscopic when you get up there. So a lot of oxygen tanks on the sideline.
I just hope they get some snow because there's nothing better than the visual of snow falling in NFL
absolutely.
playoff game.
All right, we got a few more of these we need to get through here, so let's go through them. We've got a prop, Jarrett Stidham starting at quarterback again for the Denver Broncos. They say over 15.5 yards rushing in this game for Jarrett Stidham, which actually is probably not a bad bet considering the fact, again, we talked about the weather, so he may have to run the ball. So I don't know.
What's the number?
They say, the Westwood One people, and again, I'm flipping everything they say for the most part. They say over 15.5 yards rushing for Jarrett Stidham. I'm going to go with the under on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for frame of reference, Jarrett has played 6 seasons he has had one season that he rushed for more than 15 yards.
Okay.
One
season.
Yes.
Yeah,
His first
one
season with New England, he rushed for -2 yards total. His second season, 7. His fifth season with Denver, 8, and then 5. And those are, that's getting in at the end of a blowout generally. Those aren't starts.
Right.
So he doesn't have a lot of stats. But, I mean, I think that number is probably more likely, Dragon Ball, due to that weather and the fact that they're probably going to have more difficult with those short passes. So probably more likely to see him in
That's
some
one
scramble
long
plays.
scramble. That's maybe 2 long scrambles.
Sure.
But
you got to avoid the sacks, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if I'm Sean Payton, I'm going to ask Jarrett what was he doing in Las Vegas in 2022 because he had 84 yards rushing in his career for that one season.
Exactly.
So you got to ask him, okay, what was the game plan? What was the focus to get you moving? And probably Jarrett's answer is, I was running for my life. I don't think there was a game plan for that. I just didn't want to get hit.
His longest career run is 11 yards, DK. So I don't know about we'll see a 15 if you can get a 15 on one long scramble.
All right. So I'm going to take the under on Jarrett Stidham, 15.5 yards rushing. And then we've got the line in this game. They say take the Broncos and the points at home +5 because that's a very large line. I think I'm going to go with the Patriots minus the 5 in this game against Denver on the road. All right. So that's the AFC championship game. NFC, they say take the Rams and the 2.5 points on the road against the Seahawks. I don't like that either. So I'm going to take the Seahawks minus 2.5.
Well, I don't know because this is the thing. Sam Darnold has a bad history.
I don't trust Sam Darnold to long enough to throw him. But this team at home with that crowd and their defense, I just think that they can cover that.
And not to mention the Seahawks at home against the Rams just a couple weeks ago, that overtime thriller. That was a lot of miracles that needed to happen in succession for them to win that game. And again, not a great game from Darnold in that one either. 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Meanwhile, Stafford almost 500 yards against this vaunted Seahawks defense. So got to take all that into account. The Rams may have the Seahawks number despite the split in the season series.
All right, so you're leaning on the Rams and that 2.5 there. We're going to take the Seahawks minus the 2.5. A.J. Barner, tight end for the Seahawks. They say over 27.5 yards receiving. We'll flip that to under 27.5 yards receiving for A.J. Barner, especially if we don't trust Sam Darnold a whole lot in this game. And then Kenny Walker, the running back, they say over 84. Well, they said over 90. It was 90 initially, over 90 yards rushing. That line now has gone down to 84.5. So that actually might not be bad, but I think I'm still going to take the under on that. 84.5 yards rushing for Kenny Walker in that game. So here's what we've got. We've got Seahawks minus 2.5. We've got A.J. Barner under 27.5 receiving yards. We've got Patriots Broncos under. We have Kenny Walker under 84.5 yards rushing. We have Jarrett Stidham under 15.5 yards rushing. And we have Patriots minus 5.5 over the Broncos. Those are our picks for the weekend. We'll tell you how we did on Tuesday because Monday is a basketball show. All right, DK on the Sports Tip, 2 hours in the books. Much more coming up for you in hour number 3 of our program. We will, we will hear from Nate Oates. Nate Oates may have a kid playing for him tomorrow that was drafted into the NBA 3 years ago. 3 years ago. So we'll get Nate Oates and Rick Barnes' thoughts on what is happening around the Alabama basketball program straight ahead as well. Dragon Ball is here. He's got everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona as well as sports around the world.
Well, looking around the campus this weekend, Arizona Track and Field out in Albuquerque for the MLK Invitational, and we'll continue that event throughout the weekend going into Sunday. Gymnastics taking on Towson tonight at McHale Center at 6 p.m. Men's tennis taking on LSU at the ITA kickoff weekend, even while women's tennis goes up against Texas out in Austin as well. Women's basketball will tip off against Iowa State out in Ames at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And the baseball team's actually having their meet and greet with this year's squad at High Corbett Field tomorrow as well around 3 o'clock, so be there. The Suns' road trip comes to a close tonight. The team has a chance to finish it on a 4-game winning streak as they take on the Atlanta Hawks. Again, the last game saw the return of Jalen Green to the rotation. He came off the bench following a lengthy hamstring rehab, but Devin Booker spoke on the prospect of getting Green more involved in the offense moving forward.
Yes, I think we're going to help each other at the end of the day. I think it's going to get better day by day. I mean, we're halfway through a season, and he's just starting. So, we're going to get him up to speed. The quicker we can speed up the process and make it easier on him, the better.
Again, the Suns tip off tonight around 5:30. And if you're going up to Phoenix to see a Suns game, just a note, they've also added ice cream sundaes, ice cream sandwiches, and tacos to their new $2 fan menu.
What?
So be happy about
Ice
that.
cream sandwiches at a Suns game?
Yep.
Okay.
And for only $2. And the NFL head coaching searches continue for multiple teams around the league, but a new name has surfaced for the Bills following the firing of Sean McDermott. Reportedly, the Bills interviewed former quarterback Phillip Rivers today. Rivers, having no coaching experience in the collegiate or the NFL level, just finished returning from retirement this past season for the Colts, where he went 0 for 3 as a starter following Daniel Jones' injury. Funny enough, fans may remember that Rivers was the quarterback for the Bills, or for the Colts, when the Bills won their first playoff game in the Josh Allen era as their starter back in the 2020 COVID season. And I'm Dragon Ball through 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries, the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Rivas turnaround jump hook is good. Gawaka takes away the rebound and slams it home. It's a man's game.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Southbound I-19 slowing approaching Irvington. Also some pretty heavy slowdowns on westbound Valencia. Slowdowns between Mission Road backed up to nearly 6th Avenue. Earlier collisions, Campbell and Speedway, that was a multi-vehicle crash. Also clearing stages southbound Colossal Cave Road approaching I-10. 50 the overnight low. Tomorrow a 40% chance of rain, 60 is the high. 59 and sunny on Sunday, and 61 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-1509. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-1509 or biglou.com.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana. We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things, like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that. You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest. For a year.
365 days. 12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks. He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun. I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new? Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at AlaskanAC.com.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart strategy does. At Cumulus Digital, our campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by more than 25% because we go beyond clicks and impressions, showing you exactly who saw your ad. We build solutions that fit more than 4,000 businesses that partner with us every month. Let's build one for you. You're not average, and your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today.
En garde! Ever wanted to try an Olympic sport but think you're too old, too out of shape, too busy, or that those sports are just too unsafe? Think again. Fencing is taking the nation by storm, and it's a safe, fun, engaging sport that's perfect for everyone. Any age, any skill level. Classes are safe, active, engaging, and community-driven. No experience needed, and most clubs offer loaner gear for beginners. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Championship Sunday in the National Football League is right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Is going to line up under center. Harvey is the single back. 3 tight ends in the game. Here's the snap. Nix is back. Fakes the handoff. Rolling to his right. Throws a sidearm. Caught by Crum. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. Frank Crum, the backup offensive lineman, makes the catch. A 7-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken a 9-7 lead. How about it? The big man rumbling into the end zone.
You got to love those big man touchdowns, whether it's an offensive lineman catching a ball in the or if it's a defensive lineman recovering it and taking it into the end zone. That's our guy, Ryan Radke. He'll be back in Denver for the AFC Championship game this Sunday. It'll be game number 1. Our coverage will begin at 11 o'clock with NFL Preview, 11:30 NFL Insider. A pregame show coverage begins at noon. Kickoff of the AFC Championship at 1. And then NFC Championship game, Seahawks and Rams, will be right here at 4:30 on Wildcats Radio 1290. 520-848-1290 for you to get in on our program today. Let's hear from Andy. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm a Viking fan, and I know some people out there probably say, well, poor you. But I had a chance to really study Darnold while he was with the Vikings. And prior to that, he was with, he had experienced Shanahan, I believe. So he's really kind of had the best of the best as far as coaching goes recently. But what I love what Seattle's doing, unlike Minnesota, is they surrounded him with the run game. And they don't rely on him to win the game like he was the man, the franchise person when they first brought him into the league. So I think people are aware, the coaching staff is aware of his limitations, and they know his strengths. And I think he's in an ideal situation, and it's not the same old Darnold. In other words, I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan, but I think the guy has what it takes to manage the game and to throw in big key spots. He can get it done. So I'm not going to go along the old lazy lines, low-hanging fruit, saying, oh, Darnold's a loser. No, you haven't been watching. You haven't been paying attention if you're thinking that. So that's my take. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to win coming up against the Rams. It's going to be a great game. I think that'll be better than Super Bowl. And then I think they'll go on to play probably Denver. I like the home teams this weekend. And then I think all the naysayers about Darnold are going to be wondering what happened when it's all over and said.
Well, he may have to make some more throws. Again, this is a team that's you mentioned they put the running game around him, but some of those guys aren't going to be there this Sunday. Zach Charbonnet obviously out with an injury. We mentioned Kenneth Walker. He's the third string guy, so they're down to their third string running back, which means that you don't think that Sammy's going to have to make a few more plays when you got your third string running back out there?
Well, I think they have enough with their tight end and short little passes to compensate for the lack of running game. I don't think they're going to just let him drop back and get killed like Minnesota did.
Yeah.
Because we got a coach in Minnesota that doesn't believe in the running game. He only runs if he has to. But that's beside the point. The point is that I think they can compensate for lack of running backs with a short passing game and then get it out quick, and that really lends itself to a good performance for Darnold, I think.
We shall see. We shall see. Hey, Andy, appreciate your call.
Right on, man.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too, brother. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Dragon Ball, do you think Sammy D is going to have to make a few more plays? And we talked about it obviously in that last segment. And we mentioned Kenneth Walker and the prop there right now. People at Westwood One said over 84.5 yards rushing. Now, if he gets into the 90s, then that's going to be what you need for that offense. That takes obviously some of the pressure off Sam Darnold. But we shall see. No Zach Charbonnet. That's a huge loss for them.
Well, no Zach Charbonnet. Kenneth Walker has been pretty successful against the Rams overall this season. Again, he had 100 yards in the last game. He only had 11 carries in that contest against the Rams, and a game that the Seahawks had to kind of abandon the run and start throwing the ball to get a lot more scoring late in that contest. I like Kenneth's ability to maybe get into this defense, and the big thing is that if they're going to do this, if they're going to rely on the run, they have to run on the edge and make Jared Verse chase down the play. Make him tired, make him expend the energy. You can't let Jared Verse get hot in this contest. That's going to be the biggest thing. The one thing that happened with Sam Darnold in the playoffs last year is the pass rush got to him quickly. If you can get the defensive line for the Rams tired early and not have those easy pass rush situations with a fresh Jared Verse and the rest of that crew, they'll be in a better spot than what they were in their first meetup here in the season. But again, it's in Seattle, and Seattle has a way of having some miracle moments in their old home stadium for playoff games. So that might play a little bit into it too.
All right, we didn't get to. I wanted to get to this in our when we were talking in our bet segment last segment. We didn't get to it. We hadn't finished up our preseason props, and I wanted to go through this list because they actually gave us pretty good information on these from the preseason. So these were preseason player props, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, mostly tight ends, what we thought they would do for the season. Here's how it came out. So we had Ashton Jeanty over 10 rushing touchdowns at plus 300. Surprising, that one did not come to fruition for Ashton Jeanty. He only had 5 rushing touchdowns this season, just under 1,000 yards. So, again, the Raiders, their offense was not very good, so they didn't score a lot of touchdowns, period, this season. But that was one at the beginning of the season. I felt really comfortable that he would probably have more than 10 rushing touchdowns. That did not come to fruition. Caleb Williams, over 23.5 passing touchdowns this season. This was the arrival of Caleb Williams this year. So he not easily, but he eclipsed that 27. So just came in a little bit over that. So we had a win on Caleb Williams and his stellar second season in the National Football League.
27 touchdowns are great, but 7 interceptions, even better.
Mm-hmm. There you go. For sure. Okay, we were the official network of the Carolina Panthers this year. Bryce Young, over 3,150 yards passing. He just missed that. 3,011. So that came in.
He needed like another half.
Yeah, he needed exactly one more half of football for Bryce. So he didn't quite come in, but we did have the prop for passing touchdowns was 17.5 for Bryce Young, and he came in at 23. So he did hit the over on his passing touchdown. So that's so we're 2-2 right there. This is where we get on our run, though. Chase Brown, running back for the Cincinnati Bengals, over 850 yards rushing for Chase Brown. He came in at 1,019 this season. Christian McCaffrey, over 950 12.5 yards rushing. He came in at 1,200 on the season, so we won that one.
I mean, come on. When Christian McCaffrey's healthy, right? I mean, like, you can't stop him.
No.
So if he's healthy, he's going to get there.
We had Chase Brown over 850. We also had Chase Brown over 1,000. So we had two bets there. We won. We probably should have parlayed those. We would have won more money because the second bet, the best over 1,000 was plus 170. So we did get some money on Chase Brown just getting over that one right there with 1,019. Now, this is the interesting one because I don't know how this works in betting. We had Joe Burrow over 4,200 yards passing, but he got hurt. So he only finished with 809. Do they take that into the equation?
You know how like some guys get 8 years of playing college football?
Yeah.
It's because they get injured and then no, but the bets don't work like that. If you bet on a player, prop bet, especially to start a season over a regular season, they're going to not take into account Dragon Ball, whether or not that player got injured. You pay the money up front. If they get injured, it's just part of it.
No, Vegas isn't going to give you back your money just because somebody got hurt. You should have been foreseeing of that.
Didn't you see that injury coming? Come on.
It's the Bengals offensive line. How could you not have assumed that was going to happen?
All right, speaking of Sam Darnold, we had Sam Darnold over 21.5 touchdown passes this year. He finished with 25, so we hit on that. We had Tetro McMillan over 4.5 receiving touchdowns this year. We hit on that. He had 7. And we had Tyler Warren over 50.5 receptions this year. He cruised past that number with 76. The only one we didn't get there at the bottom with the receivers, we had CeeDee Lamb over 1,250 receiving yards. He only came in with 1,077. So the majority of our player props, we won this season.
Remember when like 100 catches in a year was outrageous?
Right.
And now there are 8 guys this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Puka had 129. And Trey McBride, we didn't even talk about that because the Cardinals are so bad.
Yeah.
But Trey McBride broke records this year for tight ends. So worth mentioning. He had 126 catches this year.
With 2 different quarterbacks.
Yeah,
right. Exactly. All right, Cricket rejoins us now with more of what is happening in Southern Arizona on this holiday. Not holiday, but on this, I wish it was a holiday.
I wish.
Can we just make every weekend a holiday weekend?
It's the ribbon cutting for our street outside holiday, guys.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. Our brand new Roger Road weekend. Woo! So we're going to do it twice now, every time she comes on.
Why not, right? Fire show at Sky Bar tonight at 8:15. The Cirque Collective Fire Troupe will do a 20-minute fire show tonight at 8:15 at Sky Bar.
Have you ever, that's with like, they light the fire and they blow like the alcohol.
So having gone to school at the U of A in the 90s, like every single party had fire show. Yeah, it was big back then.
What could possibly go wrong? A tribute show tonight, Led Zeppelin tribute, Zeppelin USA tonight at the Rialto Theater. For tomorrow, just want you to know the Tucson Botanical Gardens will be closed to the public tomorrow for the Savor Culinary Festival. Sad news. That festival sold out.
Ooh.
Sorry, you can't get tickets for that.
Is that food, Savor?
Yeah, it's like 60 local chefs, and there would be like wines and craft beers.
Cricket didn't have tickets for that?
Sorry to rub it in and let you know, hey, this great thing's going to happen, and you can't get tickets.
Gosh.
But just so you know, it's closed tomorrow to the public for that festival.
Eating caviar in the Botanical Gardens is not for our class of people, I don't think.
The tickets were probably a little bit out of our
We
budget.
can go see the lights, but we
Probably
can't go eat their caviar?
I don't think so.
Is that what you're saying?
You cannot.
You
Sorry.
can. You just have to take a loan out.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Or get a raise. Or you could shop the Foothills Community Market. You could do that, actually, any Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 3 p.m. at the Foothills Mall next to Barnes & Noble.
All right.
That's all I got.
There we go. Cricket with a lot happening this weekend. Here in Southern Arizona, we got Jazz Fest 2. We got gem shows happening, and you got some Arizona basketball tomorrow. So an early game, noon game, get up, see basketball, and then go have a nice dinner at one of the fabulous many restaurants here in Southern Arizona.
As long as you can afford it.
Yeah.
Exactly. True.
Get a raise there, too. Cricket, have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Give us the traffic and weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. I-10 near Emperita Road, crash on the westbound side of I-10 near Emperita Road. Also road work, slowdowns both directions on I-10. As you approach Emperita Road, earlier multi-vehicle collision. Speedway and Campbell mostly affecting eastbound. Speedway approaching Campbell, and busy travel on southbound I-19 approaching Irvington. 50 the overnight low. Tomorrow, 60 the high with a 40% chance of rain. On Sunday, sunny and 59 and 57 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage. Donors are needed now to make sure patients across the country receive life-saving care. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rockin' K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest for a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. Earlier this week, we spotlighted UCLA gymnast Jordan Childs, but she's not the only Bruin making noise. The blue and gold basketball team just rolled to its 12th straight win, doubling up Purdue 96-48 on Wednesday. And it was senior Gabriela Jaquez who stole the show. The SoCal native poured in 25 points, 23 of them after halftime, while shooting a remarkable 10 for 11 from the floor as UCLA claimed sole possession of first place in the Big Ten. First-team All-American center Lauren Betts often sets the tone, but head coach Corey Close says the player they call All Gas Gabs is a key piece of the engine.
I think she's just impacts winning on so many different levels. You know, she's Gabs, all gas Gabs. That's what we call her, right? And I just think she's just added more skill and consistency, but it's always going to be all gas Gabs.
The third-ranked Bruins hit the road Sunday for a matchup with Northwestern. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Erica Herskowitz on Westwood One.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula?
No.
Coffee?
No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo?
Absolutely not. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. The Tucson Roadrunners, after a nice stretch here at home, are on the road now.
And now centered to the near side. Hebig tucks it past goaltender Carrier, and the Tucson Roadrunners, on just their second shot of the period, have a 5 distance.
There you go. The Cameron Hebig, you heard score that goal there, has been called up to the big show as the team hits the road. So they were home for 6 games. Recently completed the 6-game road or homestand. They won the first 3 games of the homestand. And then they lost 2 of the last 3, but still they lost the last 3 games, unfortunately. They lost the last game of the San Jose series, and then they lost both games in the San Diego series. So the winning string of games kind of ends there, and they head out onto the road on a 3-game losing streak. They'll be in Henderson this weekend, so they'll play in Henderson tomorrow night and then Sunday, and then they'll be in San Diego on Wednesday before returning home next weekend. In fact, we are going to, I got to do that. Totally forgot about this. We'll do this in the next segment. I've got tickets for the game next, I believe it's next Friday. I'll have to double check on that. But I've got tickets to one of those 2 games next weekend. We'll give those away here coming up after potentially the next break. So in our last segment, we'll give those tickets away to the Roadrunners next weekend. So get ready for that. But I mentioned Cameron Hebig being called up, and he just celebrated a birthday. In fact, he was at the rink here in Tucson this week. It was his birthday when he found out that he was getting called up to the show. Let's hear from Cameron Hebig on the surprise of getting a return back to the National League.
You get the call up to come up here, but let's talk about your season so far. You're really close to matching all your career highs that you set last year. Offensively, you're one of the best guys on the team. What's working with your game so far in Tucson this season?
Yeah, I think just playing with confidence. I think each year you get in that league, you just try to learn and get better each summer and come in with the working on your mindset. I think confidence is a huge thing for me. I think that's been a big part of it with the puck, playing with the puck, without the puck. Learning lots from the coaching staff, and of course, you know, playing with good players. I think that's how you put up points, and I've been lucky to play with some good players, so it's been good so far.
You mentioned that mindset that you worked on. What are some of the specific things that you have done to help increase your confidence mentally?
Yeah, I think just not getting too high, not too low. I think there in that league, there's just, you know, it's a long season, it's a grind, and there's going to be ups and downs. So it's how you deal with it mentally and process that. And, you know, I think that's the biggest part of the game. So if you can work on that, work on yourself, and fine tune that, I think it helps a lot.
On the ice, what part of your game are you most proud of this season?
I think just trying to learn manage the game. I think when to take chances, when not to take chances. I think I've learned a lot from Coach Potvin down there about when to get pucks out, when to get them in. So and then when you can make plays. So I think that part of the game is important. Obviously up here, you can't make mistakes. So learning that down there, and that's a big part of the game.
What kind of feelings do you experience when you get that call that hey, I'm going up to the NHL?
It was exciting. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It happened on my birthday yesterday too, so it was an awesome day. Obviously, just to be here and practice and be part of the meetings, learn from the coaching staff, learn from the guys and how they handle themselves. It's been awesome so far, and I was it's just soaking it all in, taking it day by day, and working hard each day. I know it's cliche, but just trying to do my best and really soak this in.
Was it the best birthday you've ever had?
Yeah, sure is. Yeah, it was awesome. Woke up and lots of birthday wishes, went to the rink, and then got the call that I was going up. So it just made it that much more better. And obviously busy travel, but it's so awesome to be here. So excited and thankful to be here.
Cameron Hebig, he was having a good year. Second on the team in points. Had led the team 15 goals, 33 points for the Roadrunners. His 9 goals, 3 assists, and 14 points. He is 9 goals, 3 assists, 14 points away from matching, as you heard. I think it was Kimberly Beck that was doing that interview, who used to be the team reporter for the Arizona Wildcats back during the Jed Fish era, who's now working in the NHL. So he's 9 goals, 3 assists, and 14 points away from matching his career highs in all 3 of those categories. The Roadrunners' all-time leader in games played. So I definitely worthy promotion for one Cameron Hebig to go up and get a chance to play with the Mammoth up in Utah. And they're hot right now. The Mammoth have won 4 in a row. They're 26-20-4, so they're 6 games above 500. They have wins in 6 of their last 7. And again, they are projecting. They don't play tonight. They play tomorrow down in Nashville, but they're projecting to hit that 40-win platform that we have been praying that the affiliate parent club could get to since 2012. It's been 14 years since the Coyotes/Mammoth won over 40 games.
When you have a player come in as a basketball player as a freshman, doesn't get a lot of minutes, and then as a sophomore, he starts to show signs that he's going to be really, really good, and then he transfers to North Carolina. Is like the fans in Phoenix or in general Arizona who have been waiting for this team to get over the hump. This core group of young players, we talked about it a lot, DK, were just so I just feel like it was coming. It was inevitable that the franchise would turn around those win-loss totals. Tough playing in that small gym up there, right? That was a big part of the reason they ended up moving. But, yeah, there's no doubt. The breath of fresh air, and there's a lot of big hockey fans up there in the Salt Lake City area. So, good for them. I just know that there's some sad fans of the Coyotes back here in Arizona, DK, because, man, there was a lot of futility leading up to this year where they looks like they're finally going to get over the hump.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. So, again, the Cameron Hebig up, the Mammoth are on the road. That they actually moved the start time of that game tomorrow. It was supposed to be played at 2:30 Mountain Time, but it's going to be played at 12:30, a little bit earlier over there in Nashville. And the Roadrunners are on the road this weekend over in Henderson. So they'll be back next weekend. Okay, so stay tuned. In the next break, I'm going to give away some tickets. Cricket slid me some tickets the last time she was in here because, Cricket is prone to do that. She slid me some tickets for next Friday night's game. Next Friday night's game for your Tucson Roadrunners. So I'm going to give those away after the next commercial break. I'm telling you right now, so be ready.
Bro. The Avalanche have 5 losses in 48 games. 5 losses.
In other words, they're really good.
8. Dragon Ball, wasn't it was it Boston set the record 2 years ago?
Yeah, Boston not too long ago set that record. And the thing is
points record. We're talking about the most points scored. It's 3 for a win and 1 for a draw, I think, something like that. Right?
Yeah, you get 1 if you take it to overtime period, but you get 2 or so when you get the win. And right now, looking at it, it's not been a bad year for the Avalanche. 5 losses in regulation meaning they're taking points in every game but 5 that they've played. That's 40. And not only that, they've only played 48 games. I want to make sure that that's also made clear. 48 games they've played. Every other team practically in the Western Conference has at least hit the 50-game mark outside of maybe 2. This is looking like it's going to be a year where the Avalanche will be running away with the Western Conference first seed. That being said, it's not necessarily the greatest thing because any good hockey fan will tell you the President's Cup is not a good omen to have. It's never been a very good thing to have that top overall seed.
Exactly. It's just so different in hockey especially when you get to the postseason.
Colorado college football playoff too, right? I mean, 1-7 is it? Isn't that the number
for the first
teams
four,
with buys?
the
last 2 years. So we heard the news today that they're going to keep it at 12 at least for this year. But that hasn't exactly boded well for those teams with the bye in the first weekend. Because
who would have thought that we would be saying, thank goodness for Indiana proving that you can win it as a 1 seed?
Hey.
Of all people, Indiana proves you can win it as the 1 seed.
All right, so let's switch back to college basketball here because Alabama's going to play Tennessee on
tomorrow,
Saturday, yeah. And is it Bediako? Is that how you pronounce this kid's name? Bediako or Bediako? Charles Bediako has been cleared by a judge in Alabama to play for the Crimson Tide. And Nate Oates is going to do just that. So this is a kid. He played 2 seasons at Alabama, 22, 23 seasons, left early to go to the NBA draft, did not get drafted, has never played in an NBA games, did play 3 seasons on different teams in the G League, but has never played in any NBA games, is now back at Alabama and will play Saturday in a game against Tennessee. All right, so let's first hear from Rick Barnes on how he feels. He's the head coach at the University of Tennessee. Let's hear from Rick Barnes about how he feels about all this.
You prepare for Alabama like normal, or is it change with the whole Charles Bediako stuff?
No, we do it the same way. We're going to prepare. Obviously we talked about him personnel like we would anybody else, and that's the extent of it.
What's your view on these G League guys trying to come back and get college eligibility?
I don't, and I'm not making this comment based on this case or whatever happened earlier. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. It's to me, it's simply, everybody comes to college and they have college eligibility. When you make the choice to give up your college eligibility, you've given it up. And I don't care if it's someone that has been in the service, come back, once they start that clock and they make that choice, they've made that choice. And sometimes, and we know this, that some of those choices haven't been good through the years. And I can say that with some of the players that I've coached. And they would tell you that if they were standing here. But once you make the choice, you made the choice. And without diving deep into it, because we could sit here all day and talk about all the different angles, this, that, or whatever, but just in a nutshell, that's what I think. Once you make that choice to leave college, you've made that choice.
All right, so obviously this is, and it's Bediako is how you pronounce the young man's. Thank you, Coach Rick Barnes, or the reporter there, for letting us know that. So the equivalent, again, if you're looking for equivalents, because we always are, the equivalent maybe if you're talking about the University of Arizona would be, and if you're talking about the exact same years, would be Azuolas Tubelis, who played 3 years here, left before his senior year to go into the NBA draft. I think got drafted late second round by the Sixers. Has never played in an NBA game, now playing overseas professionally. And even our guy Brian Peterson tweeted about it this week. If Bediako gets cleared, that opens the door for Tubelis to return to the University of Arizona. So let's just have fun with that. So what would Azuolas Tubelis look like on this roster right now? If you decided, Kirk Kriisa said it this week. Kirk Kriisa said it this week when he talked about, hey, this is fun for us European guys to come over. Playing college basketball is much more fun than playing for a club team over in Europe. I mean, I would imagine. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some. I've never been to a game in Europe, so I don't know what that's like. I'm sure that there's plenty of raucous environments.
Lots of cigarette smoke and fistfights.
And flares
so
for some reason.
They still allow smoking in buildings in Europe?
In some leagues, yes, they do.
Yeah. So here's what we'll do. We'll get our break in. We'll come back. We'll discuss that. We'll hear from Nate Oates. as well. We'll wrap up our show talking about this latest fracture to the college basketball landscape. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket, one more time, getting you home every 20 minutes. Well, actually, she's going to do it twice more. But one more time with us, and then after us, getting you home 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Campbell and Speedway, that was an earlier multi-vehicle collision and eastbound slowing on Speedway Boulevard as you approach Campbell. Westbound I-10 near Emparita Road, a crash there. Road work, both directions of travel on I-10 approaching Emparita Road for slowing. 50 the overnight low, 60 tomorrow with a 40% chance of rain, 59 and sunny on Sunday, and 57 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
Celebrate Happy Honda Days at AutoNation Honda Tucson. Save up to $7,500 on pilots, leases starting at $399 a month, and enjoy incredible rates on 2025 and 2026 models. Visit us off Wetmore and Automall Drive today.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
With Civic Tax Relief, they were able to save me upwards of $80,000 that I would have had to pay had I not reached out to them.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies.
I owe the IRS $37,000.
They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS. By the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-211-69. 800-211-69. Don't wait. Call now. 800-211-69. 800-211-69.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
What's that song that goes ba-da-da-da-da-da?
You mean la-di-dee-dee-dee-dee?
No, he's talking about bum, 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 bum. No, that's not it.
All right, guys, we don't have time for this. Furnaces are breaking down, and we promise we'll be there in one day.
That's it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Oh, that song.
One of my favorites. If you have a problem today, Alaskan AC will get to you within one day.
If we don't, the whole repair is free, no matter how much.
So good, people are singing about it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Reminds me of another song that goes boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
I've never heard that.
Well, you're not as cultured as me. You have about as much culture as a bowl of yogurt.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
AlaskanAC.com.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage, and donors are needed right now to make sure life-saving care isn't delayed for accident victims, surgery patients, and those facing critical treatments for cancer and chronic blood disorders. The Red Cross blood supply has dropped about 35% in recent weeks. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Red Cross Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation. Take action and help save lives.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart Strategy does. Cumulus digital campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by over 25%. You're not average, and your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to leave average behind.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Robinhood, your money, your move. We're in for a classic in the NFC Championship game on Sunday between the Rams and the Seahawks. The number one offense in the Rams with the possible MVP in Matthew Stafford versus the best defense in the NFL in the Seahawks. And the two regular season matchups between these two teams were decided by a total of 3 points. Let's hope this one delivers. I'm Adam Abdallah.
The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus comes out swinging. Highlight Machine Justin Gaethje collides with Paddy the Baddy Pimblett in a must-see high-octane main event. Plus, Sean Sugar O'Malley faces off against Song Yadong in a stand-up war filled with high-level striking. Pay-per-view just got knocked out. Stream UFC 324 live on January 24th, only on Paramount Plus. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wildcats are going to run out the clock. Head home, 9-0 on the season. Number one in the country, secured. Final here in Birmingham. Arizona 96, Alabama 75.
Yeah, the Wildcats beat the Alabama Crimson Tide earlier this year. Somebody tweeted out yesterday it's because Alabama got their butts kicked by Arizona that they went out and got Charles Bediako to come back to play. He'll play tomorrow, says Nate Oates. We'll hear from Nate Oates coming up here in a moment. We heard from the president, or at least the vice president of basketball of the NCAA. That's Dan Gavitt. He issued a statement today on this whole situation. He says several years ago, the NCAA membership updated rules regarding how student athletes can gather information while making a decision on whether to enter the NBA draft or withdraw from the process to maintain their college eligibility. Eligibility. Say that 5 times fast. To participate in the draft without losing eligibility, college players must request an evaluation from the NBA Undergraduate Advisory Committee. They can also participate in the NBA Draft Combine without compromising their eligibility, and agents certified by the National Basketball Players Association and the NCAA can pay for meals and transportation for players and their families during the agent selection process and for meetings with pro teams. Players have 10 days following the NBA Draft Combine to decide whether to remain in the draft or return to compete in NCAA basketball. Players who remain in the draft forfeit their college eligibility. All right. So if these rules surround the NCAA pre-post drafts cannot be enforced, it would create an unstable environment for the student athletes, schools, building a roster for the following season, and the NBA. The NCAA membership has set a set of rules in place regarding the pre- and post-NBA draft eligibility that have clearly been in place and supported by all parties until these recent court challenges. That was Dave Gavitt's statement today on this whole thing with Charles Bediako. All right, before we hear from Nate Oates, I want to get this into. I've got a 4-pack of tickets to see the Tucson Roadrunners next Friday night at the arena. Caller number 1 right now to 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is going to get that 4-pack of tickets. You cannot have won anything from us in the last 30 days. That's this station, K-Hit 107.5, The Vibe 97.5, Kim 99.5. What's our other station? Freedom 1400. I don't think we give away anything over there. But you can't have won anything from us in the last month. But 520-848-1290. Caller number 1 now gets a 4-pack of tickets to see the Tucson Roadrunners at home next Friday night. All right, let's hear from Nate Oates on Charles Bediako suiting up against Tennessee. We'll just make this, do we have another replay, or should we just make this our Casino Del Sol
We have
replay?
something from America, but we can do this as well.
No, we'll do, so we'll wait. We'll do America for our replay. We'll hear from Nate Oates on Charles Bediako.
I want to address a few things regarding Charles Bediako and the process of him becoming eligible to play for us. So first of all, the system's clearly broken, and I'm all for figuring out a way to fix it. But since the NCAA has already allowed professionals to play, virtually every team we've played this year will play as a former professional player on their roster. You tell me how I'm supposed to tell Charles and the team that we're not going to support them when he's been deemed legally eligible to play. So Charles is still within his 5-year window. He's 23 years old. He's pursuing his degree here at Alabama. We've got our roster spot open, so this is not taking any opportunities away from a high school recruit or anybody else. Charles shouldn't be punished for choosing to go the academic route out of high school rather than the professional route like the international players did. So again, my personal opinion on all this is we need a uniform and transparent system that doesn't punish the Americans, that takes the hypocrisy out of it, that gives equal treatment to Americans and international players both, while also allowing high school players the opportunities they need coming out of school. So someone should be able to come up with a system that checks all those boxes. But for now, we're going to continue to support Charles, our team, and we're working closely with our administration, our compliance department on all this. So that's what I've got on that. Now for the Tennessee game, listen, I know Charles will draw a lot of attention for this game, but yeah, we are planning to play him. He's eligible to play. We're going to follow the court orders. Tennessee's good. I mean, I think Rick Barnes has done an unbelievable job. Got the utmost respect for him. His teams are always tough. We've struggled against them. We struggled against their physicality. We lost one up there last year that I still take personally. I feel like I made too many errors at the end of that game. I've told the team I got to do better for them this year, but we've got to play better. I mean, we're coming off a tough road win at Oklahoma. I feel like if we're not significantly better, then we're going to struggle against Tennessee. I mean, they've got a big, strong, physical, tough front court. They've got Nate Amin, who's going to be a lottery pick. They've got one of the best point guards in the country, and Gillespie, that he's playing really well. And they're one of the best defensive teams like they are every year under Coach Barnes. So we've got our hands full. You know, we're trying to compete for a league championship. You know, we can't afford to drop home games. We've already dropped one against Texas, so we got to be ready to go. I feel like we've had a good week of practice. I think the most, and like I said, going into this week off with our bye game, the most important thing, in my opinion, was getting healthy. I feel like we've gotten a lot healthier. Taylor looks a lot better. And sometimes it's, you know, he had a hand injury, but man, it feels like him taking the time off with his hand. His legs have gotten better. I feel like he's gotten better. London's gotten healthier. LeBaron wasn't 100%. He looks a lot better. Trelly's looking a lot better. He practiced today in most of the stuff. As long as he still feels great tomorrow, I anticipate him being able to go. So we're all right,
that's Nate Oates, the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, talking a little bit about the Charles Bediako situation, and basically said, hey, how could I look my team in the face and say to them that we're not doing everything we can to make them a winner if this situation and he's been made eligible to play and we don't pursue this. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Dragon Ball, you're bringing a ringer in halfway through the season. Like, what are you how do you justify it? You're going to say, well, I'm doing everything I can to help my team win games, and when Alabama judges are giving you the go-ahead to do that, a stay for 7 days is what that judgment was, obviously you're going to take advantage of that. It's not Coach Barnes' fault. It's not coach at Baylor's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just that right now, here's the problem. The NCAA is always governed by rules that aren't laws. They have nothing to do with U.S. law. They're just the NCAA rules. So now we have a situation where there's a crossover there, and they're saying, well, these people are not given the opportunity. You're taking away their opportunity to do what they love, which is basketball. Well, how do you have the right to take their eligibility away? And that's the arguments in court. It's just a mess.
And you got the other part of it, too, what you mentioned. It went to the courts. If everything with that going on is going to go through the court system, the university is using this and everything else, what else are you supposed to do as the head coach other than say, okay, well, I guess we play him? Because the university's already put however much of their resources into going through the process of trying to figure out if they can do this or not. I mean, at that point, you have no other option. You kind of have to play it, or your job might be on the line. I'm not saying that that's what would happen in Nate Oates if he decided not to go ahead and play him, but considering everything that the University of Alabama went through to figure this out and get the ruling that they got, I don't know if Nate Oates has any other option but to play the kid.
Yeah, absolutely. We can continue this conversation tomorrow on Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day as it relates to college basketball. We'll hear some more from Nate Oates ahead of that game tomorrow against Tennessee. And even, like I said, maybe we can debate whether or not and how Azuolas Tubelis would look on this team. I'd love to see.
He would not be a 2010 guy, I'll tell you that
I would love to see Zona Zoo playing next to Motiejus Krivas.
What's the rule about transferring back to
the
a
Lithuanian Towers? That would be fun.
Yeah, what's the rule of transferring back to school? Because what if, like, Umar Ballo wants to come back?
I don't know if he has eligibility.
And that's just it. We don't know what eligibility ruling means anymore.
All right, fellas, replay time.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's give you your Casino del Sol replay.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, we had America Caceres, the fabulous high school basketball star from Pueblo, in studio with us earlier in the show, and I asked her about the competitive drive that she has brought to her high school career, now just 350 so odd points shy of being the first to ever score 3,000 in girls high school basketball in Arizona.
I was always like super competitive with them. Like I always like tried beating them. And then like once I got like a little older and I started like getting more skilled, I started getting like super competitive and I started like talking like to them, just a lot of smack. And I used to just like go after them, and then Victoria broke the record. So I was like always telling her, oh yeah, I'm going to break yours. So like I just started working for that, and I mean I got it. So now I'm trying to get my 3,000 points.
3,000 points now. If I'm looking at the numbers correctly, I think they've been updated from last night. You're sitting around 2,643. Now, do you wake up after every game and say, okay, I got to see what the number is now?
I actually don't. My parents do that for me. My parents, like, they're always, like, checking, and I'm like, okay, like, I just need to get ready for the next game because I just want to win, and I want to make the run for state.
How are you dealing with that pressure? I mean, again, this is something no one has ever done in high school girls basketball here in the state of Arizona. You've got a real shot to do that. How are you dealing with that? But like you said, still trying to keep the main thing, and that's winning games and getting back to that state championship game.
So every game, like, just scoring is just like the ability that I have. So like every game, I don't even think about it. It's just like whatever I could do to help my team win. And if I get it, I mean, I get it. If I don't, I mean, at least I like tried and I worked for it. So yeah.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, 357 points to go for America Caceres with roughly probably 8 to 10 more games to play this season. The run for 3,000, we'll see if she can get there. That is going to wrap up our show for today. Thanks to everybody that was a part of the show, America Caceres, for joining us. And also we had our guy Brad Howe from the West Virginia Radio Network as well. For Dragon Ball, for cricket, for JW Madden, my name is David Kelly. That is our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Until that time, have a great Wednesday night. Bear down, Arizona.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Collision Sandario and Twin Peaks and Sandario. Miracle Mile and I-10 reported on Miracle Mile at I-10. Slowing due to a heavy busy travel and road work on Alvernon at Grant. Slowdowns eastbound on Speedway at Country Club and eastbound Speedway at Campbell. And that's your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pools might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage, and donors are needed right now to make sure life-saving care isn't delayed for accident victims, surgery patients, and those facing critical treatments for cancer and chronic blood disorders. The Red Cross blood supply has dropped about 35% in recent weeks. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Red Cross Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation. Take action and help save lives.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Consistently beating industry benchmarks by over 25% isn't a fluke. It's Cumulus Digital. Smarter marketing with proof. We show you exactly who saw your ad. That kind of precision is why more than 4,000 businesses partner with us every month, whether they need one product or a full digital strategy. Visit cumulusdigital.com today because you're not average and your marketing results shouldn't be either. That's cumulusdigital.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.
The day shuts down. The games light up. This is BetMGM Tonight with Brad Evans and Pat Boyle on Westwood One Sports.
Hey, welcome on back to BetMGM Tonight here on Westwood One Sports. He's Brad Evans, I'm Pat Boyle, and we are brought to you by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. Watch the show live on YouTube. Search BetMGM Tonight. Hit that subscribe button. Get in that chat. Get in those comments. Let us know your thoughts, your opinions on both of the championship games coming up on Sunday. You can watch us live on Twitter as well at BetMGM Tonight. And you can listen to the show on the Westwood One Sports app, on the Odyssey app, on SiriusXM Channel 375, and hundreds of affiliates throughout North America. Don't forget, too, anything you miss live, you can go back, download the BetMGM Tonight podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. All right, we're continuing to go behind Denver lines. We went behind New England lines earlier in the week. Let's go to Denver now and get some in-depth perspective from somebody that's a longtime fixture in Denver sports, covering the team, talking to Sean Payton, talking to the players, getting great insight. Let's bring in Brandon Krisztal here of Guerrilla Sports joining us on BetMGM Tonight. Brandon, what's going on, man? Oh, sorry. It looks like my apologies. I thought Brandon was ready and rocking to go. I had my eye on the script for the first question, and Brandon told us he was just getting back from he's battling some traffic, so he should be with us here in just a second. So we will talk to Brandon in just a bit. But Brad, you know, we're continuing to look at this game, Patriots-Broncos, here on Sunday. And I just, one thing, and maybe it's just me, sometimes I can be a bit cynical. But, I keep seeing so many videos of, Broncos players saying, we believe in Jarrett Stidham. We believe in Stiddy. He could do this. And it's people are like, see, look, they believe in this guy. I can't believe Denver believes in this guy. What are they going to do? Say they don't believe in him? Yeah, hey, Stidham sucks, man. We're just preparing to get our ass beat. You're just going to show up and maybe we win, but probably not. I always love when people post hey, man, Stidham can do this. Look at Denver's belief in him. What are they going to say? Of course they're going to try to believe in him. They're going to rally around him, but of course they know that their defense has to play lights out. I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I always crack up when I see those videos. Yeah.